everything I spit rare, we sounded that great. Area podcast, they talk about hip-hop all the way in the UK, so they gon' get props. Ooh, let me catch you.
Rapping about ass cheeks, we rapping about chains. Rapping about Benzes, we rapping about gangs. Rapping about oppression, we rapping about pain. I'm rapping about all that, I gotta share the blame. They rapping on a contract, they rapping for the fame. They rapping in a slave deal, we clapping while they hang.
How much more of this do I have to watch? Oh, it's done.
Go.
Thank God. There's my answer.
He's a good rapper, though. Like
He's a great rapper.
Yeah, no, he is.
Yeah, he's a good rapper, but the way he's saying the N-word around these kids, I don't feel very comfortable.
What? Man, kids. What makes the difference if it's kids or adults? What's the biggest difference?
He shouldn't be swearing like that around kids, man.
What?
Okay, when you have kids, Neil, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull up and start busting bad words, and you'll see how you feel. It's not. You shouldn't be swearing like that around kids.
One, Sam, you're not a rap artist. Okay.
I am a rap artist.
You love hip hop, right? So
Well, that sounded like the start of Euphoria.
of all the hip hop legends and songs that has the N word in it, and we see loads of people scream the N word, kids as well as adults. It's part of the song. I'm not saying that they should say it.
As a kid at that age, I was not allowed to be sat around listening to music like that. My mum, if we were in that place, my mum would be like, "Let's get out of here. What the fuck is going on?"
But I think it's a reasonable thing because that's you. Was remember this is in his backyard in the community. He built a community of fans from kids and up. Like he had parents come up to him saying, "My son loves your music. He's autistic. All he plays is this song."
Those two weren't a good introduction. That's the first music I ever heard from him. He's talking about Epstein. He's talking about Hitler. That's too
okay.
much.
Let's talk about that. Let's not move the goalpost. Let's talk about that. But
Please,
we can talk about that in a second. But I'm just saying he has a big community that reaches far and wide, all ages. All right. I'm not gonna stand here and be like, "Oh, you can't say the N word for the kids." If we like rap music, all kids listen to that shit, man. Like we can't stop that. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not going to start censoring out because there's some kids in the crowd. That's all I'm saying.
What was it that you guys wanted to talk about?
So the Epstein stuff.
Oh,
So
right. Okay.
Yeah, the heaven sent, controversial. So as you guys heard in the bit where he's saying, "I'm heaven sent, we're all heaven sent." Then he goes, "Epstein too, heaven sent. Donald Trump too, heaven sent. Adolf too, heaven sent."
That was the Kanye bit, didn't be?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know the Kanye bit got you.
Crazy.
The same list, man.
Now, my question to you guys is his intention versus our reception. How did he execute and what could he have done differently? Or matter of fact, how do you guys feel about it? Forget about that. How do you feel about it?
To be honest, there's just certain people I just don't think you can put in that bracket. Like Adolf is just like that's just an Epstein. Adolf and Epstein. I mean, I don't like what Trump's doing. Trump's been proven and he's on the Epstein files and all sorts. But I don't know if he could execute that a bit better. But I just think there's a certain level when you start and get into the lines of like Epstein and Adolf. I'm sorry, this just There's nothing. They made their choice. I believe that everyone when they're born has all got a chance, and no one's born evil or anything. But then there's a lane that people go into, and they took it to a lane that's way too far. So there's no sort of. I don't want to say there's no forgiveness because I always believe that you should forgive people, but they've taken it to a level that is just something else, man. They've caused way too much destruction and devastation.
Yeah. A few of those names. He went too far to say the least on, I'd say. It was the intentions I think were good, but it gets a bit lost when certain names start to get mentioned, in my opinion. And me personally, I'm not going to shy away. I was cracking up, but what makes me laugh at these things are people's reactions around. So when I'm oh man,
a lot of confused faces in the crowd.
Exactly that. But then there's other people like losing their shit, like you say, rapping word for word and all that stuff. So it was just it's a very absurd sort of almost surreal situation, that video. But yeah, look, I think like I say, the intention's there, but he kind of loses it a bit when for me when certain names start to get mentioned, because like Theo said, some people and some actions to me are just irredeemable. And then when we bring it onto the kids side of things as well, saying
You know
those
what?
names.
You could see why those people there are supporting him, because he's being bold. Like a lot of people
He's
don't
definitely
really speak
bold.
like that. It's so bold, and like they're there supporting. Like I'm sure they're coming to the next concert too.
What?
Yeah, fair.
So what? So the internet goes crazy over this. Is that what happens?
They're flaming him. They're killing him because you got people saying, I think he's confused heaven sent with like God creation or like made by God kind of thing. And I think that's what the conversations, a lot of that's around. They're saying he's confusing his meaning of the term. And that's where people are getting hung up on.
I guess so, yeah.
So yeah, they're all kind of cussing him for that, saying, look, da, 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 da. And then he's come out just saying, no, this is my art. I said it how I said it. You can't tell me how to talk or think or speak. And like, if you listen to the whole song and listen to the message, you guys can understand what I'm saying. I didn't say nothing actually bad. That's what he's saying. That's not what I'm saying. That's what he's saying.
But the names hold mad shock value. You know what I mean?
It is
Yeah,
facts.
100%.
Facts. I agree. 100%.
Well, then that's also making me think as well. Like, do you think it is perhaps more what's the word, performative than pure and genuine? Especially when you start saying names like that. Because like, I'm to be honest with you, all jokes aside, like I'm cracking up here because of the sort of the awkwardness of the situation. But if I'm being realistic, if that's me, and I've got kids there, and that, I'm probably not going to be very happy about that. Like the swearing thing is like is here or there. I'm more with Sam if I'm honest, but that's not so, you know. But when like I say, those names getting mentioned and whatnot, to me, I'm thinking, like, why are you doing this right now? Is this really genuine, or are you trying to have a moment here and
But isn't the song already? This is the part that confused me. The song is already a thing, so he's just trying to, like a preacher, he's trying to just ad lib on the end, which is still a bit odd to me.
What do you mean?
Like
Sorry.
these are songs. I thought he was freestyling at first.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
So he's you know what I mean? He's just ad libbing that bit on the end, but he's clearly had them thoughts before that these people are heaven sent.
And are these names in the song as well, in the recording?
I'm not actually sure if it's actually in the song. To be fair, you're right. I don't know.
Could be.
I don't know. But it might be because he said his engineer said to not release this.
Yeah.
So I think it is in the song. It must be.
Oh,
Damn.
so he's not taking the advice around.
No,
him,
you're the only person here that listens to the Russell though. So it's like I need to know, like, what's the Russell about? Because he sounds like he's like he's got a message. You know what I mean? But at the same time,
He does.
I don't think that message is the one I need to be hearing.
He does, and I think that's what's sad, because it kind of distracts from what he's been preaching and what he's been doing, his movement. Do you know what I'm saying? He's a realist, I would say. He talks about the realist of the state of culture, the business. He talks about his upbringing. He makes songs that are fun.
Do you
he
like
makes
it?
like some of his songs for sure. Yeah, not all of it. It's not something that
Do you like that one?
No.
Okay.
That one for me is something I'm looking at it like, bro,
I had
the
to
execution.
ask.
No, yeah, fair question. That one for me, the execution was terrible. I think at that point, rapping around it was actually really good. But that heaven sent part was completely just.
It's just
out
mad.
there.
How can, because like, when you're mentioning Adolf, how can you mention Adolf with Heaven Sent when he's caused the death of so many people in the world? How can you even put the two together? It's just a madness.
Because he was running with the concept. I understand running with the concept, yeah.
Yeah.
But like it's not even about common sense, because that then when you start saying common sense, it implies you're applying someone stupid, yeah. But it's like you can't go with that one. The Epstein one, I might let a little bit fly. Let that one fly.
I letting that fly.
No, let that one fly a little
You
bit.
can. I would have been with you if you said Donald Trump, maybe, because like.
But they're two in the same. They're two in the same.
Epstein's way worse.
You got to read those
man.
files, man.
Epstein's way worse.
I ain't
man.
reading those files. I need to know what's going on. But I get it. Okay, he's trying to be edgy, yeah. But there's limits.
Yeah.
It's irresponsible though, Like it's in such a brief
that's
context.
it.
Yeah.
He's just saying that statement and not explaining it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they listen to the song, then you'll get it.
Yeah.
No, we listen to the song. I don't get it.
Exactly. Of course you don't get it.
Honestly,
it's
the
true.
first time.
Kieran, you're right though. It's a madness. Yeah,
I
what
thought
does
it
he
was
mean
a
with
comedy
heaven sent
skit, you know?
adult? Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Like it's condescending. Like we all
It
listen,
is.
and then the statement comes. I don't get it.
I don't get it. It's just dumb.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, are you just like ignoring all the things that they've done? Like, how are you going to stand there and tell me heaven sent, and then these man them going up? They ain't going to heaven, man. They're going to flipping opposite way. What are you like saying?
Honestly,
What are you
Just for
It's a
reference,
joke.
though, Jewish people don't
It's
believe in hell. By the way, Jewish
No, it's
people don't
not.
believe in hell. They don't believe in that.
It doesn't matter. They are going down there. Like, I don't care, man.
You'll make a new place for them.
Hey, it's madness. You're saying heaven sent. It's crazy.
Oh man.
All right, can we? You know what? Just for banter, let's look at the term "heaven sent" and see what it means.
I want to know what does it
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
Let's find it.
Dictionary. I think it's an angel that's been sent down in a human form or something like
Let's
that.
have
That's
a
what I'm
look.
thinking.
See. Let's have a
What?
look. See.
That's
Doesn't
probably
sound
Lucifer.
right, these names.
It's
Oh
probably
yeah, no, Lucifer obviously came from heaven, but that's, I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly. That's
that's not-
exactly who it is, though.
He started with the devil. That's the funny thing. Like he started, it was like, okay, you're onto something.
factually he's correct, yeah, but at the same time, yeah,
Oh.
the other people he decided to lump in there, let's just not.
he should have stopped at Kanye, because to me, in the moment, I was like, "Oh, there's a bit of tongue in cheek there." Okay, I get it. And then he just went off a cliff.
Trust me,
I was
the
like, "Oh,
statement ended at Kanye, but then he had another list of names.
Yeah, it was too much,
Darker.
man. Honestly, like, because I've heard of La Russell, and then, like I said in the group, like I knew something had happened because I'd seen headlines, but I didn't know what had happened. But like by about halfway through, I completely forgot everything, and I honestly thought I was watching a comedy skit. Like, either everyone was
You
acting,
thought it was
or
that
it was
Zach
like
guy. What's that
I
guy's
thought,
name?
or like Zach Fox, or like Borat or something, where he's like playing a character and everyone around him's like, some people are actors, some people aren't. I was just like, what is going on, man? But yeah, wow.
I'm struggling to find a definitive definition, but I've got some. One definition says describes as unexpected, fortunate, or timely opportunity, person or event that feels like a divine blessing. That's one.
Where
It signifies.
this answer from Neil. Sorry,
Sorry,
where you get this answer from?
this is like a AI type thing.
Okay.
But then I looked at like a dictionary, and then it has the dictionary says if someone or something is heaven sent, he, she, or it arrives or happens usually unexpectedly at the time when most useful. So there's like it's not a clear, from my
What was
opinion.
the use of these people that we've just named? I want to know.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I hear you. I'm with you guys. So I don't really know his term. But the thing is, the way how the song was going and what he was saying, I understood his meaning. I just feel like it was a wrong use of the term. That's all I think. 'Cause I feel like he's just saying all these people were made by God, but they chose to do not so nice things with their time here on earth.
Not so nice.
Okay, evil. Though. Okay.
Hateful.
I'm not.
Not so nice.
No, look, in short, that whole party, look, it's inappropriate, it's tone deaf,
Yeah,
it's
100%.
insensitive. You know, there's a lot of
Yes.
hurt people out there.
Yeah.
You know, generations of people that have been hurt by certain names mentioned. So, yeah, he fucked up.
Crazy.
Fucked up.
Crazy.
I know I shouldn't laugh. I feel terrible, but that's something about that whole situation just gets me. But yeah.
Nice.
Right.
We haven't even introduced the podcast. Like we have to. I don't know. People are gonna be listening for 20 minutes, mad confused. Like, what the fuck's going on? Where's the introduction? What's happening? Tell them.
Well, it's the March recap, and impromptu. We started with that La Russell situation. Apologies to anyone offended by that, but you know, news is news. Before we get into the main crux of the episode, let's just say a quick RIP to Dot Rotten, UK grime MC, singer, producer, etc. Passed away recently.
Yes, rest
So
in peace.
yeah, shout out Dot Rotten.
R.I.P.
I actually saw Dot Rotten once, supporting J. Cole, which is fitting for this episode. Yeah,
As if.
Merity, yeah.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, back in 2011. There was G Wiz. I reckon Sam and I almost called you K-Dot because your name on the thing, Kieran. Yeah, Sam, did you see G Wiz when you saw Cole back in the day? Before? Like,
Yeah,
as a
we
supporter?
saw him and some other guy, Mike Righteous.
I don't
Oh, okay,
think
yeah.
Yeah, Dot Rotten wasn't there. Mike
Yeah.
Righteous was.
Is
We
Mike
had Dot
Righteous
Rotten.
some Nigerian guy
And
or
G
Ghanaian guy?
Wiz. Yeah.
Was it G something?
G Wiz was there.
G Wiz,
And he had that like Black Batman song or something.
Yeah, it was a very odd time. Worst warm up act I've ever seen was with Sean for Schoolboy Q.
Oh, that was
I don't
horrendous.
even remember that guy's name.
I was like Darth Vader. That guy's voice was so strange, man.
He
yeah.
said,
I'll
"I'm
be
a
real.
dinosaur." I'm like, "What?"
Oh, yeah.
What about
Was
Lil
it worse than
Yachty,
Lil
that
Yachty?
Tyler though? Lil Yachty, that Tyler was something else.
Lil Yachty was terrible.
That's
the
I'm not
O2.
even-
You're doing that.
Nah.
No.
Honestly.
What was Lil Yachty
I
doing
was
again? Do you remember?
so bad. I was. The thing is, when we were there as well, I was so vexed because I was like, "Why am I standing listening to this?" I'm like, it's just.
Oh god.
That was
No, yeah, he was
Pissed 'cause
terrible.
he
But,
actually
but
makes
I can
good
let him
music
go because
as
I
well.
don't like Lil Yachty anyways.
Neil saved the day and got us into that little VIP bit. We went for a nice little drink.
Yeah.
Saved the day. But yeah, rest in peace, Dot Rotten. But yeah, this one, this episode's a little bit different because usually we talk mostly about the music that's been released, but there's been some big, high-profile interviews this month, so we're going to chat about those. If you've been living under a rock, then you won't know that J. Cole's been outside, chatting to various different platforms and publications, so we're going to dig into that. Jay-Z's back as well, so we'll talk about that a little bit, and then we'll get onto some more of the music towards the end, most notably Denzel Curry and his new supergroup, the Scythe. So, yeah,
The Scythe.
let's get into J. Cole's interview. So, the first one was Apple Music, right, with Nadeska.
Apple Music.
Yeah, thoughts on that first? I mean, it'd be cool to see what people think, first of all, about what Cole was speaking on in relation to the album and the
Oh
creation
no, I
of
want to
it
skip
and
all the way to the beginning first. I want to skip back a little bit. I'm
Okay.
glad they chose that woman to interview him because she actually did a great job. Like we said, oh, who should interview Cole, this, that, whatever. I never even knew who that lady was, but she was the right lady for that level of interview.
You don't know Nadeska?
Yeah, you should.
Leave me alone. Why would I know who she is? Well, I remember you don't know so and so. No, I fucking don't.
The reason why I'm shocked because, like, you know, that kind of massive surges of Complex when they did interviews with Joe Biden and academics.
Yeah.
Am
Everyday
I
Struggle.
watching that? You guys
No,
underestimate
come
what
on.
I'm watching.
Everyday Struggle was massive back in
That
the
was
day.
everywhere though. Tom
What
Sam.
is that? What is everyday struggle?
Wait, no, come on. You know what
Come on,
everyday
man.
struggle
You know who
is.
that
though.
is.
I'm not even. I didn't even want to be that guy when you said, but you
Come
know
on,
what
you know.
everyday struggle is.
No, I don't. You guys, honestly, you guys think I'm sat here watching stuff all the time, bro. I'm really not.
All right, Lil
No,
Wayne.
not at all.
Okay.
What do you mean all the way?
Kieran,
That's
you're very
you
quiet.
act like a
serious.
little way, like you ain't know stuff. You know this, man.
I
Honestly.
don't. I've never heard of
It's
the
killing guys' eyes
Nadeska.
meditating.
Kieran, are you there? What is going on?
Damn,
Like,
man. He was astroplaning.
Astroplaning. You mean astral projecting?
That's the one.
Astroplaning is when you run on water. And you're,
That's the one, man.
This episode, man.
that was too funny, man.
It will happen in this recording. I've warned you. It's gonna happen.
Wow. Kieran, have you heard
Okay,
of Everyday
anyway.
Struggle back in the day?
No, I've
Jake,
not, man. I'm on the same boat as Sam. That's what I wasn't
Really?
saying.
Oh,
Thank
my-
you.
what?
You might I've never seen this before. What the fuck? Well, you've never seen
Okay.
this.
All right then. All right.
Anyway, I think she was a fantastic choice in my
Yes.
book.
Yeah, she was.
Very,
And
very
it was
good.
a bit of a, I think it was quite a,
It was safe.
it was, I mean, well, no, I was going to say it was a bit of a kind of difficult scenario, and this was the first one, and it was in Cole's house, and I get the impression that she's a fan as well, and he was nervous too, so it wasn't like an easy setting to be in. Do you know what I mean? So, although it's Apple, and yeah, it is a relatively safe platform to have a conversation, I think they did well considering the circumstances. She asked some good questions as well.
Can I
Didn't
also
probe
highlight
too
as well,
much,
though?
but decent
Can I
questions.
highlight that she had knowledge about J. Cole? I feel like a lot of interviewers try to be too cool and they don't give the fan perspective. She gave the fan perspective, you know?
But that's what I liked about it as well, because you know, with some of the questions that she was saying, you could tell that she had like literally let the album sit and actually detailed a bit, because when she was talking about certain tracks, you could tell that the knowledge was there and the fandom. It wasn't just like some of these interviewers just like, oh yeah, let's ask the right cool questions. She actually like delved right into the album, was a fan, knew the concept and knew what she was doing, which you could see J. Cole really appreciated that. And then you got J. Cole speaking in the right way. I found the whole thing really, really it was a great interview. Found it really like revealing, especially when he started touching about like his when he was talking with his wife and the meditation bit and being late and everything. You got a good side from J. Cole that I think that if you were with another interviewer, you might not have got that. It allowed him to be comfortable, put it that way.
So anyway, let's go into where Sean wanted to go into, just because I just wanted to highlight that the interview did a great job.
Yeah, no, you're right to do that. And also, like, shout out to Deska, because she's now got interviews with 2 of the big 3. Because she did the Kendrick one as well, didn't she, with Ebro?
Oh yeah, she did. Yeah.
So, yeah, she might complete the set. I doubt it, but we'll see. And actually, before we get into the serious stuff, we Kieran brought it up in the group. How many times does J. Cole say "boom, boom, boom"?
Oh, he loves it though, man. Yeah,
You
it's
could-
like
honestly-
this, like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
and then he claps his hands.
Mind you.
Then he
Every
claps his
time.
hands. Was over here, like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Yep.
He has like
That
a
would have
different way of saying it for every situation
Yeah,
as well.
That would have been a good drinking game back at uni. If like
100%.
before pre-drinks, he'd be like, let's
No,
watch this
I'd
Cole interview, take a sip every time he goes boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it would have been pretty drunk.
Don't want to jump too ahead, but there's another interview that then will be a classic drinking game, which the amount of times that J. Cole was fighting with that hoodie, man, that was
yeah.
cracking me up.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
cracking me up.
Like
Honestly,
a prime
that's-
Arsene Wenger with
oh,
a jacket back in the day. Yeah.
that's something else.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let's talk about his comments on the fall off and like insight into certain tracks. Was there anything really, anything that sort of people picked up on? Any like insight that was really valuable, or any surprises in what Cole
Just
said?
the way he was talking about the album, like being kind of I'm done with it, let's get it out, blah blah blah, I'm done with it. I did not expect to hear that from J. Cole ever. Like he's one of the most passionate rappers out there. So it was just a bit kind of like, really, you know, you Cole like this.
Yeah, I was surprised at that as well. Actually,
And the fact that he's been working on it for so long, that was surprising as well. I was
10
like,
years.
I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah.
But then it's also even more surprising what I found on the interview, that if he didn't, he was, like you said, in 2024, when he was like, yeah, I just want to be done with it, leave it. And then after the apology, and then he felt better. But the fact that he got then re-inspired and reminded himself when he was meditating, well, why do I do this? And he found that love in it again. And that's actually what created the songs like What If, Quick Stop. Like, we might not have even got that second side of the album had he not, if he just wanted to drop it. Because that's what he's saying. He was inspired again, and his pen was reignited. I thought that was really surprising to me. I thought it was all just he was working towards getting that whole double disc, but I didn't realize he was going to feel a way that I just want to be done with it. Then gets inspired, then creates all that magic on that second disc.
Yeah. And I think him doing it, for taking so long, or working on it for so long, may kind of attribute as to why it didn't hit how it should have hit. Just because I feel like you kind of get inside your head about picking what's the right song, what's not the right song, leaving songs off, adding new songs on. It must be quite stressful and annoying to have that hanging over you for like how many years, because like your thoughts and feelings may change as you grow. You know what I'm saying? The world affairs, something new's happen every single day. So to have something like that, it wouldn't always age well, and it kind of makes me think to myself, maybe. I think having the concept was good, but I feel like if he maybe have just worked in it, let's say the past 2 years, I think it would be a completely different album versus him working it for the past 10 years, which I feel like it kind of put him at a disadvantage. I think.
The thing is, though, like, it's funny. I'm talking about the other interview, but is this okay? Like that, there's this moment in the Cameron interview where Cole's like, when Kendrick drops like that, everything like explodes in him, because it's like he wants to drop the album that's got like 2 Drake features, 2 Kendrick features, and it's like, I feel like everybody in hip hop would want to hear that, but
100%.
It's such a shame that happened, and it's like, I don't know, it's it would really derail him. It's amazing that he even carried on to make the album.
I believed him when he described it as an inconvenience, and I can totally understand that, like 100%. That
He was
when
just
that-
like, "You're doing this now?" Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I totally get what he was saying in that sense, but yeah, I think
Actually,
there
matter of
was-
fact, sorry, just touching that. Kendrick's a prick. Kendrick's a prick. For that. If you know that you're on your boy's album, that he's been waiting to release, and you pick now, I'm gonna pick and start a beef with the Mandem, like now. You're
With some
fucking
straight
with
shots
my.
to-
Oh
there
no,
was
you know
straight
what?
shots to Cole
I
as
did.
well.
I did think this myself when I was listening to the interview as well. It was really making me think, like, if you've got two like features on Cole's album and you know he's been trying to drop this for ages, why are you picking this moment now to drop like that? Like, J. Cole must have been like I really believed him as well when he's saying, no, not now. Why now? It just doesn't make any sense why you would do that now.
The thing
Like-
is, the only thing I'd say is that so Cole had been making this for what, like eight years at this point, roughly. So there'll be like songs made at different points over that time that probably made up whatever the album looked like then. Would Kendrick have known that like he was even going to do Might Delete Later, let alone plan to drop The Fall Off that year?
He did say actually that the people around him didn't think it was ever going to drop. So if like even his close circle is like sitting there working with him, thinking that
Yeah,
like T
yeah.
minus and stuff.
because
I don't.
something that
maybe
I'll-
Kendrick thought.
Yeah, exactly, and also I will expand it later on when we get to like a more relevant point. But something that I wouldn't say gathered because I've felt this way about Cole for a while, particularly in the last couple of years, is he definitely seems like quite an indecisive, uncertain person. I think there is, and it's come through in his lyrics over the years. And like I said, we'll maybe get to that in more detail at some point. But yeah, I get that from him. But yeah, I wonder how much Kendrick knew. But the other thing is as well, and it kind of goes back to something like a brief convo we had in the group when I shared like that and just said that one of the interviews took me there, is I had to remind myself, like, what did Kendrick actually say? Because I always think of like Drake when I hear that verse, and I went back to it again. He didn't really say that much towards Cole, other than "fuck the
No.
big three." Do you know what I mean?
No,
It was
exactly,
always
yeah.
it always felt like
It's Drake.
Yeah, it's
was
Drake.
Drake, yeah.
So, which begs the question: like, did Cole really need to do 7 Minute Drill? Did it really need to happen? But
Yeah, but the story around
but
what
then
7 minute drill is
yeah, he
interesting
explained it so
to
well.
find out. That that he does this thing in the studio where when he's feeling a bit stale. So it's just him talking from in the moment, and that's also why it probably got deleted after the thing, because he's like, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that," but that should have stayed private. But he did it anyways.
But then I thought the reasoning that he mentioned on the interview was pretty valid as well. He's like, how can I really drop the fall off when everybody's going to want to hear my response? It was that fear that drove him to then make that response. Because I always say that when you listen to 7 Minute Drill, you can hear it in the bars when he's spitting it. You know he's not saying what he means. You can hear it in the delivery. It's just not there. But
yeah, we said that
he
at the
felt
time,
he felt from fear that if I'm gonna drop the fall off and I've spent all this time on it, everyone's going to be like, "No, I don't want to hear that. I want a response to what's to like that." So I think he just got pushed by fear, as he's mentioned, which is understandable.
I mean, do you know what though? I want to try not to. The thing is, because I want to get to something about how the reception that these interviews have got from the wider sort of fan base and whatnot. Like Cole's getting pelters at the moment, and a lot of it I think is just a bit, very over the top and a bit unfair and whatnot. But having said that, I do still think deep down in my heart that if that track was received better, that apology is not happening. It's not happening. I don't think he's doing it.
Really?
Cole gets swayed.
Yeah.
a lot of things,
I'm
you
not
know.
I'm not saying Cole's a liar or anything like that. I'm just saying I think that because I'm trying to break down the timeline in my head. So we get like that late March, 7 Minute Drill comes out early mid April. There's like a 2 to 3 week gap. There's a lot of thought that goes into that. Do you know what I mean? Surely was there not a thought where he thought to himself, "Well, maybe I shouldn't do this because it's not really authentic, or like it's not good, like it's not my best bars or anything." Do you know what I mean? Like he still made that conscious decision to drop that track. Do you know what I mean?
That's what he
would have
said,
been a
though.
thought process.
He said that stuff though.
But the way he says it is like he talks about how it made him feel, and I do believe him. I get that it made him feel uneasy. He felt like shit. You know, the apology was a relief. I get that, but where was that in the 2 to 3 weeks when you were contemplating doing it, or when you did the drill, when you wrote the? Do you know what I mean? Like that's the bit that don't quite add up to me. So for me, whilst I don't deny that he didn't like how it felt and that the apology was the right thing to do for him and blah blah blah, I still think that perhaps a big part of it, if peer pressure led him to do it, or like noise and whatnot, then surely that also impacted him when it was out there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like surely when people say, "Nah, that's not it. That's not good," you know, and started hurling the abuse at him and all this sort of stuff, I personally still think that had an impact on why he took the song down and did the apology. But
The
maybe
thing
I'm
is
on
that
my
he
own.
was in that tunnel vision leading up to the release as well, because he's looking ahead to Fall Off, and it's like I need to get this Might Delete later out there with this Kendrick diss on it to be able to move to the next thing. He's not thinking how am I going to feel once I've put A B C D like all in
Okay,
place in this order, because there's so
okay,
much to do to release the music that he's doing as well.
that's a fair point. Yeah, that's a fair point. Anyone else got any comments on that?
Yeah, I just think the peer pressure. I think that's just what it was really. I think like he was too caught up on social media in that time, and he was just like, and his boys or whatever, his peers around him was like, yeah, let's show him what you got, da 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 da, because the conversation is happening of who's who's gonna who's gonna shoot first. And I feel like it's one of those things like we've all done it. Like we've been in a situation with our people or a different kind of group, and you do something that you're not necessarily you usually do, and as soon as you do it, you're like, yeah, that didn't sit with me. That didn't really sit right with me. And you start thinking to yourself, yeah, it's not really who I am. Do you know what I mean? And you sit with it and you kind of have a talk with yourself. And I think that's just what happened in real time for him. I don't think it was so much about. I hear what you're saying with the reception, but I don't think it's about that. I just think he just realized, yeah, this ain't me. This ain't me. And I feel like it even proved it with what he said on the track. It was so light and so fun. It wasn't deep or dark like that. Do you know what I mean? It was just like a little pen exercise. So yeah, I feel like I think he just had a moment of realization and thought, yeah, this ain't me. I'm just gonna stick to my lane and do my thing.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. What I will say on that though is something that I've been seeing is, you know, it feels like Cole can't win for a lot in like for a lot of people basically at the moment. A lot of people are kind of hanging on to every word, scrutinizing, criticizing everything. I've never seen it. I don't remember this being the case like back when we used to get a lot of interviews with artists. I don't remember people being this kind of like dissecting every single word that people were saying.
It's
And I think
personal.
that
Sean, do you know, like, I just want to say really quickly, even the dissect person, I saw this YouTube short. He said he listened to The Fall of Is Inevitable once, and he was like, I'm never listening to that again because he just doesn't want to listen to a song in reverse anymore. And it's just so ridiculous things like
Oh
that.
my
What?
It's like,
God,
isn't that
man.
crazy? Like, I would say that's one of
Jesus.
Cole's like top 5 songs potentially.
Oh, 100%.
It's like,
Easily.
for someone to react like that, it just sounds personal.
it's a bizarre that's a bizarre thing to say. I hadn't heard that, but that's crazy. But I think
Ridiculous.
what I'm getting, like, I'm hearing. We'll get more onto the sort of things he says about Drake and Kendrick and all that. There are people saying things like Cole is, they're saying he's manipulative. They're saying he's playing both sides. They're saying, what was the other thing that I'm hearing? There's all these things, right? But I'm like, hold on a minute, hold on. If you're Cole, right? We all know that he's had a positive working relationship with both Drake and Kendrick throughout his career, especially Drake. They've consistently worked with each other throughout their careers. Why are you you're not gonna go on one side and stand on die on a hill, are you? You're gonna keep it neutral. We've all been in a situation where two friends are beefing, and okay, you might kind of like privately to that one person, you might say, look, you were in the wrong here. I know I've been in this situation where I've had to sit down with someone and say, listen, I think you should apologize or you should whatever. But I don't go out and start chatting to everyone else and start picking a side. Do you know what I mean? You have to kind of remain neutral and stay there. But people saying, he's sitting on the fence, he's Switzerland, he's this and that. And it's like, are people not using some logic here? And it's the same with the apology side of things as well. There's some people are so offended so offended by this and like, it's not hip hop, blah blah blah. It's all this sort of stuff. But I think there is to kind of piggyback on your point. There is some personal nature to it, and it's I've just never known it to be like this. Just in relation to interviews, especially like this much scrutiny going on. It's crazy. It's madness.
But then what Cole has said is quite true. He doesn't give a fuck, and he's right to not give a fuck. I just think in this day and age and the society that we live in, that people are too quick to say anything. And I like what he said in the terms of, why do I actually do this? I do this because I love it. Am I doing this for people commenting on whether they like him or not? No, he's doing it for the right reasons, and that's the society we live on. Like every single word is all clipped up, and people will just forge an opinion and just say, "Oh yeah, you ain't this and that." It's just unfortunately the world we live in at this moment, because he's just doing him, and I love seeing that. That's what I've loved about these interviews. He doesn't give a absolute flying fuck of what anyone else thinks. He knows in his heart what he's doing is right, and he's doing it for himself, and that's what everyone should always be doing. Who cares what some next man in, I don't know, in the bottom of his basement, like typing away, is saying? Why is that going to affect him? He should do what makes him happy and what makes himself like excited. And if you don't agree with that, you don't agree with that. You can shake hands, you can agree to disagree, and you move on. And that's what happens. The society today just don't see it like that, and it's a sad state. But maybe in the future it can get to a better light.
Yeah, and also I think people are maybe sort of selective with what they're picking out, and maybe only viewing clips as well. So there's not the full context.
100%.
Like, don't get me wrong. I hear what you're saying, Phil, and I think there's look. I think it's impossible to completely to not care completely, is what I mean. I think that especially for artists are sensitive people, they're going to care to a degree. But I think, Cole spoke about sort of going on a bit of a journey with it, like making the apology and just sort of like dealing with it mentally and things like that. Because another thing people are getting caught up on is the whole, because there have been inconsistencies along the way, but I think it's human. Do you know what I mean? It's like we sometimes I'm going to speak from. I'm not going to go too deep into it. As someone who, up until a point in my life, was very much an overthinker and perhaps over-explain things and mince my words in trying to sort of come to grips with something myself. Because sometimes we make an impulsive decision, right, and then we regret it, and then we try and sort of figure out in our heads, and we over-explain it to people to try and like deal with that. I think there was a bit of that with Cole, and that's human. I think if you really get down to it, he's not really done anything terrible. Do you know what I mean? That this wasn't scathing. That the apology was growth in a sense. People want to say it's being sort of manipulative and pandering, whatever. I'm not on that. But I think that, a bit like what you were saying, Theo, we live in a society where it doesn't really allow for nuance. Do you know what I mean? Like, think about social media, something like a Twitter or X, whatever it's called. 140 characters. How can you really form an opinion within 140 characters? We've got things like TikTok and the way like Instagram set up. It's all about like, on demand, quick clicks. It's headlines. It's not, do you know what I mean? There's not room for that nuance and that grey area. Shout out the grey area. And we've got to this point, and we've spoken about it before with the beef. It's like you're either one side or the other, and anything in between is not good enough. Do you know what I mean? It's very binary in its way of thinking. And yeah, I just think some people are getting too worked up over some of the stuff Cole was saying. It's not that deep, man. It's not that deep. But yeah. Anyone else got any thoughts on the whole, like his feelings towards Drake and Kendrick and the beef and things like that?
I'm just surprised how in contact he is with both of them, right? Because it's like Drake and him was on tour, then Drake was meant to come out at the festival. He's texting Kendrick some stuff, but then also Kendrick and him aren't really tight like that. So then what's going on? But it's like, why is he the middleman in this beef? And then also, I really still didn't understand the whole coming out and apologizing thing. He was like, oh, this was God. God was speaking through me. I was like, I don't know about that. Was that heaven sent?
No.
Nice. Touche.
I like what you did there.
But it didn't. I don't know about you guys, man. Sean thinks it did, but I don't think it did. I don't think it helped him at all when he came out and apologized for what he said. I think
No. Did I say that?
At the time, you were like, I understand him, stepping out. Of
Yeah,
it.
because it
helped
makes
him.
sense, but that's the thing. It helped him. This is what he keeps trying to say. It helped him. He doesn't
Thank
not
you.
give a fuck about what anyone else thinks, and I reason with that. Who
Exactly.
cares? Who cares what anyone else thinks? He doesn't give a crap if people are tearing him down. He did it for his own spirit and for his own mind, and that's how everyone should live. Why are we in a society where we try to do things that please others? Please yourself. Not please others, because everyone puts other people above them. Then they get all sad, depressed, and all this because they're not looking after themselves. He did it for him, and that's the
That's
main.
what
That's
I
the
meant,
number
yeah.
one. That is the number one. Forget anyone else, and that's even goes to family. You put yourself number one. Priority is yourself. You put yourself over, and that's what he did. And now he's at peace, and I reason with that massively because it's so easy for anyone to just tear him down at anything that you do. If you try to please people the whole time, you're just gonna be spending your whole life trying to please everybody, and someone's always gonna tear you down. You can't please everyone. You just please yourself.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and that's what I meant. I think it was the right decision for him. Do you know what I mean? Because we can't fake. We can't kind of make up the fact that his reputation has taken a hit from it. And even I've said it on here, I've said it in person, I've said it in the WhatsApp group. There's certain bars that just don't hit the same for me since that whole situation. I don't mean I dislike Cole or anything like that. I've always said that I respected the decision that he made. But yeah, it has harmed his reputation. But like Theo was saying, I think it was, whether it was an instant sort of, oh, I feel so much better, or it took him a while to kind of process that and kind of make peace with it. I don't know for certain, but yeah, it was the right thing for him. And of course we know like how that beef panned out. It was good that he did stay away, especially if his heart wasn't really in it. But yeah, I think I know I've said it a couple of times, but okay, yeah, there's some inconsistencies, there's some waffling at times, you know what I mean? Some over explaining it feels like, but he's not really saying anything that bad, man, to warrant the kind of the disdain from certain people. But all I know is every interview's been entertaining for a different reason. Do you know what I mean? I think there've been good conversations. Cole, look, I do think Kieran, when we saw each other, I think I said this last week. I do think Cole sometimes has a bit of a problem with phrasing. He says things that get misinterpreted and can kind of talk himself into trouble. But he's a very charismatic person. Do you know what I mean? We always talk about how great of a rap voice he's got, but even just to hear him speak, he seems like a very likable, down-to-earth person in these conversations. That's what's come through in all of them. What about? Did you hear what he said?
Kieran's got a fucking
that's
5-star on
wild.
GTA right now.
That's what I'm thinking.
Blue lights. Like Georgia Smith on.
Oh my god! Sorry, carry on.
It's non-stop. It's mad.
What did we think of his comments on Cameron though? Because he went into more detail about it. How do we feel about that one?
That was a more real interview in my eyes. That was two
seemed a bit
people
more
talking
relaxed.
rather than an interview.
Yeah,
I liked how he talked about. I think it was that one. It was about the comparison thing, and how it's like the thief of like, is a thief of joy. And he's saying, I think it was this interview. He was just saying how when we compare artists, it kind of ruins the experience. It kind of puts you in a weird state that you don't want to be in, where you have to pick one or the other. Like, why can't we just let things be as they are? And I think it was in that interview that he was saying, and that's what really messed him up, like with the fans as well as himself. Like, why does he have to pick Kendrick or Drake? Why can't it just be, I admire both of these guys and thing? But then then he was talking about how he's happy for Kendrick, but sad for Drake. Like he's in this kind of stuck in this weird conflicted space with it all. And I thought that was very real.
I think that's okay. I think, again, I know we spoke a bit about society and the kind of the sort of binary nature it's created and all that, but you know, I feel like we're told that being, for lack of a better phrase, on the fence or not having a clear side in terms of where your opinion lies is like a weakness. But I think that there's a strength to being in that middle and seeing it from different angles and not rushing to a decision or to a side or anything like that. I don't get what all the fuss is about, really. And again, with that, the nature of their relationships, he's not going to be one or the other, is he? Like, what do people? I don't get what people expect, and why that's pandering, and why that's playing both sides. I don't get that. I don't get it at all. What about the lawsuit situation and stuff? Oh, sorry, Kieran. What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say it's that mentality or philosophy of neutrality, and I can't remember Neil. I don't know if it was from this interview.
Was it this one?
But I've heard him say it.
Yeah.
Was it from a tweet or something? I can't remember, but it was just talking about like when someone drops an album, like why do we need to instantly say it's better than this one or
it's
worse than this one? And instantly you've just removed joy you could have experienced from just being in the moment with that project, and just taking, okay, this is the moment for this thing. I'm enjoying it for this. Like we always do this thing where we like notch something down.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really strange behavior.
Yeah, I know. I do it. I'm being super honest.
We all do it. Like I do it constantly.
We all do it.
It's like
because of Fall Off, as our own, I really enjoyed it. But when I started comparing it to his other stuff, it started to kind of drop down a bit. I wasn't able to enjoy it as much. You know what I'm saying? So
I never compared it. I just didn't enjoy it. You know what I mean? Which is a different place to be in entirely. Yeah. I was just a bit like, this is too long. This is this. This is that.
Speaking to that, he did say in the Deska thing, he's like, shout out to anyone that waited on the release date. And also the whole thing.
I was like, yeah, we did that. I was like, I was there. We did do that. You're welcome, because it was hard.
So he wasn't, I don't think he made it with the intention for us to listen to it all the way through. So
he doesn't even listen to it all the way through. In Camp's thing, he said, I was driving to Fayetteville. I had it on for an hour. I was like, so even you can't listen to that shit for 2 hours.
So I think again, it's like
that's funny.
Artist intention versus how we receive it. Like sometimes we don't receive music how they intended, so we may miss their intention. So I think maybe if we sat with it or like played a song here and there, different stages, we might have a different experience. But yeah,
yeah, for sure. What about the whole lawsuit situation and stuff?
Sean's been trying to get to that point for ages.
I knew it. I knew it was some BS. I said from the start,
but it was real though, because he had to break through the noise to get Cole to come out the fucking house. No, I think Cameron was well within his right to do what he did.
That was fine. I believe that. I'm talking about. I'm sorry. What I meant to say was I knew there was no beef between the two. It was. I knew it would get solved very quickly because it's light petty shit. It's nothing deep. You know what I mean? Like it was nothing in the lawsuit that screamed these two hate each other. And
no, it was just a business deal.
Yeah, and it wasn't like J. Cole intentionally fucked him over, nothing like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So
what are you talking about? J. Cole did intentionally fuck him over. He kept prolonging it, and then he even said like, he was really on me for the dates, man. Every time I told you a date, you was there. It's like, yeah, because when you needed me, but I was there.
Intentionally
there's disrespect because it's like Cameron's dropping everything. He did 2 features for Cole.
I'm not saying it's disrespectful.
1 in 15 minutes.
I'm not saying it's disrespectful. I'm just saying intentionally fucking someone over is just like, I'm not gonna fucking do this. I'm just gonna keep taking the piss and just da. That was not his intention. He wanted to drop it. Remember in the interviews he said he had plans to drop it at these dates. Then things happened. So it wasn't as if he lied to him.
It's about respecting people as well.
Thank you.
No, I agree.
That's
not what I'm saying.
Do a rap first for him. Like he didn't have to do the interview.
I agree with you. I'm just saying he had no malice in his heart with what he was doing. He wasn't trying to swindle him. That's all I'm saying. So
that
me,
is true. No,
if I believe that, I think all it takes is a conversation with Cameron and it'll all fix.
He did say he flopped on not having the conversation, as in not voicing himself properly. So to answer your question, Sean, the lawsuit was well justified, but at the same time, there's a conversation that could have and should have been had behind closed doors before the lawsuit even landed on Cole's desk per se.
But this is what it comes back to for me is that I appreciate that now, like, almost 2 years removed, Cole is in a much better space with how things panned out and with his decisions and things like that. But I do think that I'm not condoning his sort of, how he handled the whole thing with Cam, but I do think this whole situation really shook him up. Like, I mean, he says it, like, but whether it was when he first heard like that or how dropping 7-minute drill made him feel. I do think it really disturbed his peace, as he said, and messed up his plans and things like that. And I think it took him some time to work through that. I do. And I think if you're, again, we know how much the fall off means to Cole, or has meant to Cole, and how how fucking loud that situation was at the time. So if he really weren't feeling like talking, or he didn't feel like he had anything to give, then I kind of get it. But then it's like, could you have communicated that better? And again, for me, it comes back to it. Sometimes Cole, when it comes to his communication, he does talk himself into problems.
The timing's also off, by the way, as in that. Oh, mic drop if I ever saw one. Well, the timing's off in my eyes because Cole has been sitting around with this album, kind of, not releasing it, and then okay, the whole beef thing happens. That's an excuse, but then it gets to a point where it's like, if you've separated yourself from the situation, then you can just continue on with your plan. So I think he's using the beef as a bit of a like, oh, thank God that happened because it gives me a reason to have fucked around so much. You see what I mean?
Really?
That's what it feels like.
Damn, is that how you think?
Well, if you've been doing something for 10 years, bro, I was literally about to drop it and then this happened. Oh, the timing's great. Like, come on, bro. Really?
It is a very cyclical story, isn't it, with this album and him?
And it just feeds into the lawsuit thing of it's like, oh, thank God this happened because now it makes the whole thing I've been fucking about with over there just go away. You know?
I don't know.
No,
Remember,
I
like
don't know
when their beef was happening between them two, hardly anyone was dropping because the whole game was like just so hyper focused on these two. And then Kendrick had such a crazy run. You'd be silly to interrupt or put a project out during Kendrick's run. It would just be very. It'd be
Kendrick's run was fantastic, but I don't know, man. Cole really could have.
Yeah, but when you say that, I agree with Neil, though. You're not really going to drop the fall off in that time. Kendrick was on smoke.
No,
he was like the number one.
Or what's it called? The 7-minute drill. Sorry, might delete later. So he was
but
involved.
That was before.
That's before, man. That's before the whole rap beef like literally exploded. Where you're not going to drop anything of like in the height of the beef when Kendrick was just on one.
Yeah.
Do you know he should have dropped the fall off when that Clouds track dropped. I feel like that was a really ripe moment where he had tapped into, oh yeah, people are interested. We want to hear him spitting. Then he just waited a whole other year. I get it. He was sharpening the pen for some new tracks. But, yeah.
I'll say no, only because of the Grammys.
Sorry, what?
Because the Grammys, the one just happened just now. Because Kendrick won, was the GNX won something, didn't it?
But like no one's gone and listened to GNX since that, right? I've not.
No, but I'm saying like every week or something.
You want your.
Why you not?
Why?
You want your.
Am I telling the truth here or not? Sean listens to GNX
a lot.
Yeah. So everyone's laughing like I'm telling jokes.
It's how you said it.
I was like,
the way you said it, in it, like
you came like you were shooting. Like okay,
no.
Sneak this.
But no, I feel like just in terms of like attention, like another point in time, Kendrick had another moment just there. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, okay, let Kendrick had a pop out show, Not Like Us, Euphoria, the what do you call it? Super Bowl, GNX. He was just constantly just non-stop. So it's like you really want him to have all that and then coming afterwards. So the reason why I think the Grammy was the last bit of him having that moment.
But also No, sorry, Neil. But also, I think, we loved Clouds, and I think generally people like that track. But he was also coming off of Port Antonio, and that wasn't received well either. So, like and again, I know I'm probably sounding like a broken record. I really think it took Cole time to get his mind kind of where he is now, and work on the album, and kind of be at peace with his decision, and just be in a place where he felt ready, because he knew if I've dropped the fall off, I've got to come outside. I've got to talk to people. I'm going to tour. I'm going to do these things. I'm going to get asked questions. I think it took him a while to be okay with that personally. Because something else I picked up on was sorry, go ahead, Kieran. Go on.
I was just going to say, since when was Cole's head like in actually a good space as well? Because I feel like off season he was in a pretty good bag. I know that Might Delete Later's like got some technically like impressive stuff, but I just feel like tracks like Fever and stuff. It's like what's he making with that album? It's a nonsensical album. It's like that side road he's gone down because the fall off's not working the way he needs it to. His head wasn't in the right
But
place with Might Delete Later, in my opinion.
he did say with the Might Delete Later, it was just a pen exercise. It was just something for him to just rap and just show his skill set. It wasn't as well thought out as his Forest Hill, fall off season and fall off. So yeah, I think he just said it was just something for him to just keep his skill sharp, I guess. But I see with Fever was I get what you mean with Fever. I hear you.
Something's not right, man. Like that's not the Cole we know.
I hear you, but you know every artist has their duds in the set, and I think that one wasn't the best one, but.
Yeah. Anyone get a chance to check the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn with Mello as well?
I've
that
watched all of
conversation?
it. Yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah.
I've seen half of it.
Was the thing is, he kind of touched. It's similar to the Cameron interview, but then they touch more on like Cole's experiences with basketball and sharing that same love and how it relates to music. And they go all the way back to like in college because he had a decision where, what am I going to do? Am I going to go play basketball or am I going to do music? And he knew basketball. He wouldn't be an NBA star. He always said that, I'm not that good enough. I would be probably just chasing around Europe trying to find a league. Is that what I really want? Or, but he was reminding himself when he was in New York, why did I come to New York? To be closer to the music, because that's what I wanted to do. Because apparently, I think it was in his sophomore year, he went out for the trials, got to the second day, and he was going to go out for the varsity team. But then he decided, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stick with the music. So they touched a lot on that, especially with the fact that Melo's there. They touched also on the fact that about Kendrick and Drake, but it's very similar to what they were talking about in the Cameron interview. But it's still a very good chat. Good chat. And my man was battling with that hoodie, boy. I'll tell you that right now. Flipping out.
Yeah, he was struggling. There was one thing though that's done the rounds since then, and I knew it as soon as I heard them talk about it. I was like, "Oh God, Cole's done it again." And sometimes I think it's his honesty as well that gets him into these situations. But he was basically one of them, and I'm glad they asked the question. There were some really good questions. They basically asked him, in a nutshell, "Do you think you're the best MC? Like, do you really think that?" And
You're not
his
allowed
response,
to ask that question though, because the answer is meant to be yes every time. If you say anything other than yes, people are looking at you sideways.
but it's a valid question in this instance, in that we know some of the things Cole has said in his lyrics, and then of course the whole thing happened around the apology and whatnot, and it's something that is people are speaking about it all the time. Do you know what I mean in relation to J. Cole? Again, I've said it myself. Certain lines don't hit the same. So when they brought that up, I was like, "This is a conversation I want to hear."
Where's that laugh come out from?
Yeah, well,
Because it's
Damn,
just I
that was-
said it before.
tickled him.
Certain lines don't hit the same. Like it was so direct.
Oh right, yeah, I'm just being consistent, but
No,
but
you're right, sorry.
but his response was basically, he said he said something like, "Look, ask me, do I think I'm the best?" And then one of them was like, "Do you?" And he said, "There is a rapper out there called Black Thought. There is a rapper out there called Lupe Fiasco." He was like, "On some days, I look at Kendrick and Drake and I think, yeah, they could take me, or on some days I could take them." And he went on a bit of a spiel about like basically on any given day I might be the best or someone else might be the best. But he, in a nutshell, he said like, "No, I don't walk around thinking I'm the best, but I put the cape on when I get in the studio and I write the raps and I perform them and all that. Then yeah, sometimes I feel like I am." And now people
he
are
did say something
caning him
similar.
for that as well.
But you know what? I like that honesty though.
It's a good answer.
No, I
Great
like that
answer.
honesty.
He said something
It's
similar. He
fantastic.
said he's his favorite rapper sometimes. Or was
Yeah,
it in
yeah,
the
yeah,
other
yeah.
one? One of them he said
No.
some days he's his favorite rapper. You know what I mean?
Didn't he say that in the Apple interview? Now
Maybe
I'm
he was
confused.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I hate that people. I actually like that answer, and I know what you mean, Sean, with the honesty, because obviously that's where the world again go off one. But I'm sorry, that's how you're meant to think. Like because he then went on to like a basketball reference saying that, oh yeah, Black Thought will probably drop 90 and I've only got about 30 on them. But it's true. I'm sorry, in all walks of life, you'll probably get that with all like musicians, all sports stars. They're all thinking it when they go into the like. I go back to like Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson said it the best. When he's nervous.
Can you say it in his accent? Can you say it in his voice?
No, I can't do Mike Tyson. I can't do it in Mike Tyson's
I
voice.
just
I
want to
could
be the
try,
best.
but
I just want to be the best. You know, I'm in here.
But anyway, in the lead up to the ring, this guy, he's nervous. I think, am I going to lose? Am I going to do this? Like, I don't know what's happening. There's too many lights. The pressure, it's too much. Goes into the ring. No, I'm a god. I'm a monster. I'm not this guy. Because that's how you're meant to think. When you put the cape on, you're meant to think you are the best. Does he actually think he's the best? No. And that's fine that he doesn't, because that's reality. There's loads of other people there. But put me in the studio, I'm going to tell myself in the mindset, I am the best rapper right here, and that's the mentality I'm going to go in. Like, how people, I hate them now, and I'm sorry, they're just silly. Absolutely
Do you know what I think the
silly.
problem was, though, with the whole situation? I think Kendrick and Drake really do think they're the best. I think they really do. Like,
Drake.
I don't know. I don't.
I don't think Drake
don't
thinks he's the best MC, but I think Drake thinks I'm the biggest for a reason.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
But whereas Kendrick's like, we know how serious he takes it, and we heard it in his voice. Like in Like That, you could hear like how much he. Do you know what I mean? The way he was delivering the bars.
Question, the answer to the question Cole was asked: do we think Cole's the best? The answer is depends what day it is. Because when Clouds was dropping, I was like, he's the best. After the Fall Off dropped, I was like, you have your moments, you know? Like,
yeah.
I think it's this way. Let me ask this question: if you did a song and you want a feature, who would you get the feature of? Drake, Cole, or Kendrick?
Drake, because I know I'm going to make the most money.
This guy.
It's true though.
No.
I'm gonna get at least 1 million streams, if not, you know what I mean, over time 1 billion. I'll let that one ride.
Okay. Anyone else?
I feel like I
don't know. It's a tough one. I'll probably.
Kendrick would steal it, and it's just like you're irrelevant.
Yeah.
What if he comes on and does the bullshit on your track, though? What if he does Goosebumps on your track and he put the pity, the too? You know, all that bullshit.
Yeah, but you know what? Goosebumps was nice, though. I like when he was in
I know.
that.
I'm saying he comes in, he does nonsense.
I know what Neil's saying, though. I do think
I think Cole's the
it
top
might
of that
depend for me.
list,
It might depend on that. Like, if I've got something super conceptual and you know what Kendrick's like with certain concepts, then maybe I'm going for that or going down a certain artistic direction. But if it's just like bar for bar, it might be Cole, because you can't deny some of his features are legendary. Yeah. But look, in answer with that whole thing, again, I think, you know, big part of me is like, look, I appreciate the honesty. There's something refreshing about his what's the word, like his humility, I guess, and his and just the realism of it. You know, we can't all be the best. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But I think, do you know what? And I think you might have to let me land with this one. I think people view rappers a bit. Some people view rappers a bit like wrestlers, like professional entertainment wrestlers. In that, so did we all watch WWE growing up and all that?
Yeah. Still watch it now, boy.
And you hear the term kayfabe. We all know kayfabe, or what that means.
What's that?
Or do we not? So kayfabe is like this unspoken understanding between the audience and the performer or the wrestler, in this sense, where it's like, you know, and I know this isn't real. This is preordained, it's scripted, it's stunts and all that. But in order to keep it immersive and entertaining, I'm going to stick to this character. It doesn't matter if I'm doing an interview, if I'm doing like I'm shooting a promo, if I'm in the ring, if it's a skit behind the scenes, I am that character.
For sure.
And I think sometimes people get into that zone with rappers as well, where it's like, you know, there's this whole thing about being real. You know, you have to say what you mean. You have to write your own lyrics and this and that. But the reality of the situation is that not everyone can be the best. And I don't think everyone thinks they are the best. Now, did Cole maybe waffle a bit and say a bit too much? Could he have said it a bit tighter and maybe it wouldn't have blown up like this? Possibly. But I don't think it's, again, it's another thing where it's like, it's not that big of a deal. And the thing is like half these people that, because basically I follow certain, and shout them out as well, because they're great. They're great channels and content providers and all this sort of stuff. People like Company Man, Culture United, Sean C. I do check in with these people and get their opinions. But a lot of the people that appear on, whether it's Culture United or certain other content creators, they've been saying for ages they don't rate Cole like that. They don't have him up there. So when he actually says it, why are you still annoyed? He's
I
saying
know,
what you felt this whole time, so just calm down. Like,
I know that's the bit I can't get on with, because I've looked at some of the reactors and they don't even they don't have Cole in the like top 5 or top up there, and yet they're saying, "Oh, look, see, this is what I mean. Like, you can't say that you're the best." I'm like, why do you care so much? You weren't ever gonna say that anyway, even if it was different. You're just looking to find something that you can just slander him. It's just load nonsense.
Yeah, there was another thing as well where I think Puff came up in a conversation with Cam. Yeah. And Cole said it was about the whole the scuffle between them, the incident. And Cole said that when he did the audio series with like through his own website and all that, they did a whole episode dedicated to that night. And he didn't want to speak on it because I think in his words he said something like, "I didn't want to kick a man when he was down." Now again, choice of words, okay. Probably could have said it better than that. I know what he meant. What he meant was, he's like, I didn't want to clout chase. You know, he's all in the news. I don't want to feel like I'm riding off of that, trying to, you know, have my sort of, well, you get what I'm saying? But people have gone, what do you mean? If anyone can get kicked when they're down, it's Puff. He didn't care when he kicked Cassie when she was down. Like, I'm seeing wild shit that people are saying, basically trying to say that Cole is like kind of not condoning, but just basically like brushing it off. And it's like, hang on a minute. I'm sure behind the scenes, if you ask J. Cole what he thinks about Puff and that whole situation, he's going to say it's terrible. You know what I mean? He wasn't saying it wasn't on that thing. He was just saying, I didn't want to kind of, you know, make a load of noise and buzz off of this situation. But again, people were scrutinizing every word and twisting it and this and that. And there was someone in particular, they were like, yeah, you didn't care when it was Kanye in 2016 on False Prophet. So I'm like, that was 10 years ago. Different situation. People are just, I think they've just made their minds up about Cole. And they're just running with certain narratives, and it doesn't matter what he says, he cannot win. Win.
I agree. You know? But then I think also it separates the real from the. I'm not saying real from the fake. Yeah, real from the fake. I think it just separates his audience in terms of the ones that are just pretend to like him, one that actually genuinely like him. I think people that genuinely like Cole, they kind of see above all the BS, and they can enjoy it for what it is. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do think though that the space Cole's given with, I don't know what it is, but it's like he's definitely removed himself from the pop sphere specifically, and it's just like his core fan base are now just listening. It's not like, this is not an expansive album to gain more fans or anything like that.
No, definitely not.
Definitely also, why would you try gain fans at the end?
Yeah, I get that. I get
I
that.
mean,
or what he's calling the end. Sorry.
I mean, I see it in some way because Jay-Z kind of did that.
Yeah, exactly. But then why make songs like The Let Out, for example? Like, you don't need to, you know that anthemic chorus is trying to get people like.
I think that one's like as a concept song. I think that's just honestly, I don't think that's trying to be like, you know what I mean? I just think that's a concept.
You know what the chorus is doing? Like, it's going on and on with it.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But I think a lot of that album, I think some of the album is regional. I think some of it is very conceptual to his experiences. It's not necessarily for mainstream media or consumption, but yeah.
But yeah, look, I think before we move on to the sort of next topic, I think it's been an entertainment. I can't remember the last time like interviews have created this much buzz, or like when one artist has done a tour against people like are just sort of really sort of honing in and picking up on everything. It's
because you haven't had anything from him in years, literally years.
Yeah. But just generally, I think, you know, we spoke about it a bit, I think, in a previous episode that, you know, particularly around like rollouts and how artists seem to be doing a bit more. And I think it's just nice to hear from an artist as big as him at length. Yeah, again, we've not gone into all of it here. There's certain things where I'm like, I don't know about that, or like there are inconsistencies, but at the end of the day, it's not that deep. A lot of it is like reaffirming what people think anyway. So I don't know why they're getting so getting so worked up about it. I think, look, it's been a cool run, and you know he's got a tour to look forward to. Looks like he's doing more interviews and things like that. So I'm sure there'll be more to come from all this. But yeah, it's been fun, man. I'd say. Should we get on to Jay-Z?
Oh,
Briefly, can I just say I love.
Oh, fucking Jay-Z.
I do respect it. I'm bugging off.
Sorry,
patented
Neil
it.
fucked it up there a little bit because he wanted to talk about something else quickly.
I didn't know we was doing soundboard on that. Okay, my bad.
No, go on, do your thing. I'd already pressed it about 2 seconds before you spoke.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say I love how you talked about the social media and just saying how that kind of like distracts him, takes away him from his purpose, and he doesn't really use it that much, and that's quite a nice thing to hear. I think something that I can relate to. I think many other people can with the social media when it comes to creativity and like doing what you're sent here to do. I feel like that kind of constant feed of all this information and stuff can kind of just lead you astray, and then you can kind of blow your vision. And him saying that he's kind of doesn't really mess with it. It's interesting. It's kind of inspirational and something that I want to like take a page out of his book. So yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
100%. Let's get to Jay-Z. He's back.
I ain't pressing it again. You heard it.
It's I mean, like, I've noted it here. In recent weeks or the last couple of months, we've had a name change, some single re-releases, anniversary concerts announced. He's headlining Roots Picnic. Of course, we get this interview. What do we think it all means? Is it leading to something else, or is this it? Like,
I feel like he wants to release an album. He said it in the interview though. Like it's like his album's a negative piece of work. Like it's not. It's just gonna add to the hate that's in the world right now. So it's not a positive thing to release.
I think he's putting too much fucking importance on
No,
it.
for sure, he's overthinking.
Yeah, just drop the album, Jay-Z. Okay, and then to go back to the beginning of Sean's question, the name change is apparently going back to how he used to write his name. Apparently,
what with the two
with the umlaut. Yeah,
Okay, is that what it's called? And
yeah,
what's
two
it called?
dots on top of a letter or at the bottom of a letter is called an umlaut. A lot of
Okay.
That's
rock
the
bands
Jazz
do it.
O type Jay-Z.
Say it again.
Oh, well, back then.
When he used to be with Jazz O, he had it.
Oh,
like that.
okay. Yeah, but so he used to he used to have the dots above there is what I found out. So it's not really a name change as much as a going backwards type thing.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess that would make sense with the re-releases and anniversary concerts and all that. It's all very reflective and nostalgic in that sense. But yeah, I mean, yeah, he said he's been writing, and yeah, like you said, a lot of it was very dark because of going, like, sort of working through some of the stuff he's been through in recent times. I feel like if Jay-Z wanted to release new music, he would need to do all this as well. Do you get what I mean? Like, I feel like that would be the focus if he had something.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I feel like he's probably just working as other things. I feel like I feel like this is trying to push his other ventures rather than just music. I just feel like he's got his hand in quite a few different pots. So I think exposure just does good for him, just overall, just generally. I don't feel like it's for an album.
Do we think it's a bit of like reputation management as well?
I think so because the thing settled down with his law. Obviously, he settled down with his lawsuit. That's one. He's made a few deals, new artists. He's the NFL director. So there's a lot of questions with him in terms about Super Bowls, who he picks.
But he answered it. He said, "Do you want the biggest guy in the world right now?" That was towards the Kendrick thing. It's like, well, yeah, I guess so. And then the Bad Bunny thing was like, he's the most streamed artist in the world or something. So it's like, he's making informed decisions, I guess.
100%,
It's also very consistent.
Yeah.
Very consistent with Jay-Z. Do you know what I mean in terms of making the big money move?
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like I think this was like a good. I think he confirmed a lot of what we already thought with the choice with Kendrick and all that kind of stuff. I think sometimes as fans, or some fans just like to look for some kind of dark conspiracy, or like we look for the beef or trouble in something rather than just seeing it is for what it is, Be like, oh, are these guys beefing? Are they not friends? Are they this? Are they that? When really it's just, it is what it is. It's nothing deeper than what you really see. And I think he just confirmed that really. And like you said, he's Jay-Z. What the fuck he used to play these games for? He's cemented in this game, so
What did we think about his comments on the beef? Did we hear that?
I just think it's reflective of like where he is at his stage of his life. He is a lot grown now, and he looks at it and is questioning, like, is it really good for hip hop? I just thought it was very reflective. I didn't have a problem with it. I know some people are going, you can't really say anything, like, you didn't do this when you were beefing with Nas, and then people forget that this is like, what, 20 plus years ago when he was beefing
Times
with
are
Nas
different,
anyway.
man.
It's just
We're in the
ridiculous.
internet
Yeah,
age
exactly.
now,
Yeah.
social media,
Which
all
is
of
what
that.
he was touching upon as well. He's saying when they were beefing, there was no social media. It's a different time now. Now they're looking and they're just like, you're just destroying someone's character. They didn't have that when he was battling Nas. Like, and he's bang on. And now this day and age, you get picked onto one side. You're either Kendrick or you're either Drake. You can't be in the middle. If you're a Kendrick stan, you're tearing down Drake's character, which is just wrong. And then obviously on the other side, they're doing that as well. So I thought it was quite reflective.
I think he did show his growth, you know. He showed that remorse bit where he was like, Nas is a good guy, you know.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
I found that bit hilarious. Oh, I laughed myself.
I do hear that. But equally, I do think it's quite easy to say from a man of his position. Do you know what I mean? As in, you know, how many years he's been in the game, his age, his status. You know, it's quite easy for you to sit there, having been there, done that, and say, "Oh no, we shouldn't really do this anymore." But I think that there's, I get it to an extent in that it feels like especially since like Pusha T and Drake went at it, the new sort of thing became, what information do you have on someone? That became like the sort of the new bar for beef. It's like, what intel do you have? How can you, like you said, Theo, destroy someone's character or attack the character or whatever? And of course, I think we've all spoke about it on here. I think Drake and certainly Kendrick went to a place that's like, I'll never see Kendrick the same way again. He went to a crazy place in that beef, and I'm not saying it wasn't like that Drake had no part in that, but equally it went to a very uncomfortable place on both sides.
It's survival.
For me personally, I think that like competition is part of hip hop, right? And I think if artists are at a certain point in their career and there is a bit of a feud and it doesn't go to a certain point, then yeah, let's have beef, because it's like, maybe I'm sounding a little bit
Toxic,
shallow at this point. It's entertaining, man. The bare minimum. It's like I know, again, it went a bit too far, whatever, but we loved that in 2024. We loved elements of 50 and Ja Rule. We loved elements of Jay-Z and Nas. So let's not lose that. Do you know what I'm saying? But
I hear you.
But he said you could do it over collaboration. Sorry, Neil, I didn't mean to interrupt. But
No,
I like the idea he's got, which is like, why can't we talk it out? Like, do you know, like J. Cole and Cameron? Like, they low-key have like some kind of weird beef, and like when they were talking, it was like Cole was explaining himself, Cameron was like ad-libbing him, like right. Every time Cole would end his sentence, and I was like, it's kind of like a rap track where Cole was apologizing to Cameron. But like, I don't know. Do you know, like when people are together on a track, they can compete anyway. They don't need to like attack each other like
yeah,
the way it was.
I'm kind of on the side of like Kieran saying and with Jay-Z. I just kind of felt like, even though it was very entertaining, I kind of felt like that back and forth between the two artists, Kendrick and Drake, it left a stain on them. For me, it's kind of like it was entertaining. Don't get me wrong, but I like you, Sean. I look at them differently now. I still enjoy their music. I still play their music. I'm still a big fan. It's just that a part of me is disappointed in how it went, because I feel like it shouldn't have to go that far.
Oh yeah, I'm with you guys on that. Yeah, I'm with you guys on that. And I even said, I think at the time, like I would have preferred that ideal world, Drake and Kendrick would have had their battle maybe 8 years prior or something like that. Do you know what I mean? When they were younger, they didn't have kids. They, because it still felt a little bit like, oh, these guys are in their mid to late 30s. They've both got kids, families, whatever. It just felt like, when I think about myself, when I get to that age, I don't want to have that energy in my life. Do you know what I mean? So it didn't feel right at that time. But if I'm thinking about two artists on the come up or sort of in their prime, and there is a bit of tension and as long as it doesn't go too far in that, because let's face it, we're talking about these beefs. We've had people die over or in the midst of rap beefs and things like that. So of course it can go too far. But I wouldn't want us to lose that competitive spirit, and I don't think you can quite replicate that by collaborating on a track. I think battling especially, but beef as well. I wouldn't want to lose it completely, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's a part of the culture. That's what I believe Jay-Z said. It's part of it, you know?
Yeah. And he wasn't like, he was basically, he didn't outright say it shouldn't happen. He was kind of like, I don't know. So I get it from that perspective. But I was also sitting there thinking, shit, man, I remember what you said to Nas. Jesus. Come on now. Let's, you know, I know it's like 25 years ago at this point, but I was like, yeah, you were involved in some messy shit back then as well. And also it was still divisive back then. Or like it was still, like when the guy interviewing him was basically saying, I was a fan of you. I wouldn't buy the Nas album, but I wanted to listen to One Mic, so I burnt the CD or something. So there was still like an element of picking a side, and you know, it just, of course, there isn't social media blowing it all up, but you know, it did get nasty back then. And again, we know that from Tupac and Biggie as well, and how the media spun that out of control. So, it's a bit more complicated, I think, than just like this shouldn't be a part of it anymore, in my opinion.
I think it's just hard because I think social media now just kind of just amplifies everything even more, you know? So like I thought there's a space for it. I don't know how. I don't know how. The only place I can think of when battling just seems just like so normal that we can just move on is when it's like battle rap. Like they say some crazy shit in battle rap and everyone's fine afterwards. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Sometimes they're not fine though.
Yeah, but you know what I mean though. In terms of like fans are not like, oh my God, I'm team this, I'm team that. Like if you get smoked, you get smoked. Do you know what I'm saying? And you move on to the next battle, whatever it is. Whereas I feel like when it comes to with these two, Drake and Kendrick, it just felt like everyone was so invested and it got personal. Like with fans, not just with them, like with fans with like taking it really to heart and really believing certain claims and certain lyrics. I'm like, Jesus Christ, guys, like you've kind of taken this a bit too literal. So I feel like whereas in battle rap, I feel like it's just, you can say whatever you want in this space here, and then you can just move on from it. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't know how. I don't know if what the rules will be or how it can be done in a perfect world. But it makes you question, like Sean said, like if you guys and Jay-Z, if you're at this point in your career, you're fucking the guys. Like what else is there to achieve? Like what is the point in this? What are you beefing over? Like how deep is it? And is there a better ways of doing it?
Yeah. There was something else I didn't write on the run through, but there was something else he said around. Oh, actually, no, there was something else I was going to say. When you brought up the pillars of hip hop in relation to this.
Yeah,
now,
that was.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think
that was very interesting.
But he got one of them wrong. And don't get me wrong. If I was the interviewer, I wouldn't have had the guts to pick him up on it. Don't get it twisted. But at the same time, like battling specifically is not a pillar of hip hop. MCing is, and then battling is a aspect of MCing. But
who are you to say that? Like he grew up in that culture.
But I've heard.
No. Go on.
But you're saying it like I've not like done the history, and like I've not heard like people like Kool Herc or Q-Tip or African Bambaataa, all these like legends talk about the pillars of hip hop. So it's not like I'm making it up. I'm just saying whenever I've heard people talk about the pillars of hip hop, it wasn't battling. I thought it was MCing. That's what I'm saying. So when he specifically said battling, I was like, that didn't sound quite right to me.
Isn't that the two and the same thing kind of? Doesn't like battling fall under the umbrella of MCing?
But that's what I said. It's like battling is an aspect. Do you know what I mean? It's like but MCing is the larger,
right?
Is the larger craft or like part of the art form.
I feel like the four pillars he was framing though, it was like, this is what's around the music. These four things, 3 of them have gone. This is the last thing left. I understand his mentality and framing.
Yeah,
but it's not the original 4 pillars that I know of for sure.
I think it is though, because like it's kind of like your crew, my crew, and we're gonna see who can do their best. Mm-hmm. That's essentially what that is, really. No, and that's what they did.
I understand. To be honest, I actually want to believe his mentality because it makes more sense.
Because like a lot of these rappers back in the day, they battled a lot, like behind the scenes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like
Yeah, even like
So, like,
KRS-One, all of that beef and
yeah,
stuff.
they all battled. Like Jay-Z battled enough times, and so like they'll be like, I'll go to this guy's block. Who's your best rapper? I'm gonna battle him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's what they was doing back in them days. It wasn't like for us to see necessarily, but it was, if he was there at the time, that's what they did. So I feel like
Even the ciphers and posse cuts, they're
yeah,
kind of like battles in a way too.
it's all battles. It's like who can get the best verse on this beat or in this on this beatbox? Who can do the best? That's why I get it. Like yes, it's MCing, but that was like the bragging rights. We have the best spitter in our crew because he took out the guy from Bronx, the guy from Staten Island. Da, 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 da. Like he murked him. You can't fuck with my team. Like this is, do you know what I mean? I feel like that's why I kind of get it.
Yeah, I understand. Like I said, my understanding was always, like you mentioned KRS-One, that's another name to shout out, was always that it wasn't specifically that. And competition's always been a part of it for sure. But I always thought it was the more broad term of MCing. I also was interested in what he was saying about like basically that the other ones are dead, or like that they're lesser kind of art forms now. And I was like, again, very easy to say as billionaire Jay-Z to like, oh yeah, breakdance is not a thing because it's an Olympic sport, but there's still people out there doing it. Do you know what I mean? It's their life, or like especially graffiti artists as well. Like, okay, it's not busky art and all this sort of stuff, but there's people out there that live and die by this. The DJing thing made me laugh. I won't lie, when he was like, "Who's Drake's DJ?" and I was like, "It's kind of right. I don't really know who people's DJs are anymore." Like, but I think that it's very much that kind of. It's easy to say that from your position. I wasn't quite on board with what he was talking around the pillars, but it's not a big deal. What was the other thing? His relationship with J. Cole, the response to that. Any thoughts on that one?
I don't remember that bit.
It was interesting.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
It was interesting. No, it's interesting because I just thought to myself, like, with this whole relationship thing, I thought to myself, I wanted to hear something good. I wanted to hear that them two are cool. There's no blah blah blah, and there was no signs of any kind of beef. But from what he revealed, they weren't tight either. It just seems as
no
that
love
they were like
in that convo. It was business.
It's not the business partners. It just seemed as if they worked together. They did some great projects, and that's it. Essentially, he mentioned briefly mentioned the audits, but he didn't put any kind of like vim or sting in the answers. He was just saying, yeah, like we did this together, we did that together, and that's
Like,
essentially
does he like Cole? Does he like the music? I was a bit baffled.
No, but this is what I was about to. Yeah, I think he likes Cole, but don't you feel that when he was asked that question, he was always dancing around it a bit? Like, I felt like he wasn't given a specific straight answer. It was like, well, yeah, like that. So there was no clarity in that answer. It was like, yeah, which left me thinking, yeah, you might be okay and sort of cool now, but like Neil says, they are not tight. There's definitely been some breakdown in the relationship of some sort, but we don't know what it is. And there's still things that
must come from the expectation Cole has getting signed, and it's like, you're the most powerful thing in hip hop. Like, you can do stuff. Why aren't you doing it?
I think it's the other way around. I think it's the other way around. The expectation thing. I think that. I'm not saying that's not part of it too, but I think that. So if you go all the way back to like 2009 when the blogs were talking about Drake and Cole was the next big artist and that, and of course there was the bidding war for Drake. He ends up being with Young Money. So Far Gone's huge. I think Jay-Z was looking for his Drake and saw Cole. He knew there was a load of buzz and was like, right, this is my guy. This is the one that's going to get bring in the hits and this and that. And as we know, in those sort of early years, Cole was struggling to please the label at least and find that hit. And then, again, back to that sort of audio series, I swear Cole told that story where he was in a club with Drake and maybe Future and someone else and that. And Jay-Z walked in and Jay-Z walked past them and looked at them and looked around and went, give him one, like that, as it's to say, like, give him a hit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So I think that, and then we see how time goes on and Cole kind of more finds his voice and goes to another level with 2014 Forest Hills Drive. And I think Jay-Z is telling the truth to the extent where he's like, we let Cole find his own way and it's worked out. And there's somewhat of a mutual respect there. But I also just think that like Cole wasn't what I think Jay-Z thought he had signed. Do you know what I'm saying? And never really delivered for him like what he expected. Yeah.
And Cole talked about that as well. He said, I don't know what interview he was saying how the frustrations he had with Jay-Z. Because Jay-Z kept trying to get him to make a hit. And I think it was work with Stargate, I think it was.
Yeah.
Work with Stargate. And he was just saying, look, you keep on my tail about working with these people, doing this and doing that, but that's not my vision. That's not what I see for myself. And then he said to Jay-Z, when you was making this album, did you have someone in your ear telling you you must go do this, you must do that? And that's when Cole said that them two had that was kind of the penny drop moment. Jay-Z realized, oh yeah, you're right. I didn't have someone telling me to do this and do that, blah, blah, blah. And that kind of, I think that's where the respect kind of came, and he kind of allowed him to kind of just kind of do his own thing. But yeah, I think that's where frustration comes as well. Because like, if you're an artist and you're very strong in your vision and what you want to do, you want to kind of like stay authentic to yourself. But as well, at the same time, it's sad because imagine your idol, your dream rapper signs you, and then you have this kind of like impasse on creativity and route, and it's just like, how do you get them to understand without losing the relationship or without overstepping? It's quite a hard place to be in, I think, and quite a frustrating place to be in. Like I couldn't imagine doing that. Imagine like you work so hard to get somewhere, you finally get signed, and you're not beefing, but you're kind of like just arguing with this guy that holds your future in his hands. So it must be quite frustrating.
I think before that, though, I don't think Jay-Z was a good artist manager. If you think about it, like the stuff about MIA, you never hear a good story about how he was managing her when she signed to him.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say as well, like similar to that, I think whether it's through his lyrics or stories you've heard from like an MIA or a Dame Dash or other people sort of who have been in the inner circle, it sounds like Jay-Z is a pretty ruthless person, like business-wise and just like in terms of navigating the industry and whatnot. I think it must have been a lot for Cole to deal with coming into that environment, especially if there were certain expectations or he was being sort of compared to like the trajectory of Drake. And imagine that again, I know I'm saying it again, but being in that situation in that club, you're there with your peers and then your mentor, your whoever, whatever he saw Jay-Z says that to you. That's kind of heartbreaking, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of belittling.
Like, it kind of comes off a bit funny, like the way they tell the story and all that, but it's actually like, it's savage. So when like Jay-Z in this interview said something like, I've never taken advantage of anyone, I was like, really?
Really?
Yeah.
That was.
I think he's pretty ruthless, but I think they're probably at a point where there's an element of mutual respect, and there's been some friction and a bit of tension along the way, but like Jay-Z said, Cole found his way. I mean, he always drops in like a sort of, it's almost like a backhanded compliment where he was like, it took him a minute or something like that. It's always something like that, I feel like, when he speaks on Cole. And then on the flip side, whenever Cole talks about Jay-Z, it feels like there's something not quite being revealed, or do you know what I mean? A bit like Theo said, dancing around certain things. So I don't think there's beef
in the
there.
Cameron interview, Cole did say it. He was like, he was trying to discuss like how the deal with Rock Nation like fizzled out, and it was just like weird. He didn't sound impassioned by it at all. He was just like, I satisfied him, he satisfied my side of the deal. Like it was just some weird thing like that. It was baffled.
Yeah. So I don't think it's beef, but there's probably never quite gelled. It probably wasn't quite the right fit. Do you know what I mean? Cole coming into that environment, but he's had a lot of success, and it was the right decision to let him find his own path in the end. Yeah, another interesting interview, that one. Should we get to the music? Wrap things up with the music?
Are we even there yet? That's the real question. I guess we
I don't
are.
know.
We've been waffling on for a hot minute. That fucking La Russell thing threw us in a spiral.
Oh my god.
Well, I think actually, let me not say anything. I feel like
No,
I'll
say
talk
it.
myself into a problem.
You got to say it.
No, my thoughts aren't clear, so I'm not going to do that. Let's keep it moving. No, it's too late in the night. I don't want to get cancelled, man.
No one's cancelling us. We're uncancelable.
So yeah, should we get to the music?
Do it, Bob.
Sounds like about time.
Yeah,
Bro,
man,
I
he was
was
silent.
not in
Yeah,
the-
sir.
quiet,
yeah,
I
I
was
was
not in them
quite,
two
quite quiet. So
conversations.
I've heard of him.
Jesus, what happened
Well,
to you, man?
I watched the J Cole thing, and I just found the Jay-Z interview to be a bit just too. Nothing really happened. You know what I mean? It was too safe. It was a GQ interview. I didn't realize that until about halfway through. I was like, oh, this is gonna be like a not a Piers Morgan style thing. Anyway,
Piers
That's
Morgan
what you
of all
want?
people.
Piers
I
Morgan.
want
hey.
Piers
people-
Morgan of
I want
all
him to
people,
be,
man.
I wanted to be wound up a bit, like someone get under his skin. But yeah,
Well, that is one thing that I've noticed is
sure.
I do think that although that, like I said, I enjoyed the Cole ones. I get what you're saying with the Jay-Z, but I do actually think he was. I mean, look, whether you trust what he's saying or not, or anything like that, I do think he was somewhat candid with certain things. But something I did think about is that we were kind of spoiled, like I'd say 12, 13, 14 years ago, with some of the personalities that would interview artists and the kind of the questions that would get asked. I'm thinking about like Charlemagne on the Breakfast Club. Again, Sway, the moments like with Kanye and even like, I mean, Kanye's different level, but Hot
Big
97,
Boy.
you'd have artists walking out and arguing with a Big Boy, where it would get to some wild places. We don't really have that anymore. And I don't think artists are willing to sit down with someone like that and really be probed.
pause.
No Diddy, yeah.
Damn.
That pause in the
See, I told you, I've got to
interview
be
was
careful
funny.
what I'm saying. It's too late.
Yeah, the
What'd you say,
music.
sorry,
What's
Phil?
going on?
No, I was saying when Cam said that pause moment, that was funny.
Oh yeah.
I shouldn't be on your mind like that.
Yeah,
man. I shouldn't be on your
yeah.
mind like that.
Yeah. Music. I guess the standout this month was Denzel Curry's return with this supergroup of his, the Scythe, album called Strictly for the Scythe. Sorry, Sam, did you want to lead us through this one?
Lead you through.
This was you wanted to.
Yeah, because it's a good project. There's nothing really to lead through here. I would say this project is up there for project of the year for me. Like, it's got good energy. It's got some interesting bars in it. Like, it's just a good time. The fact that no one else in here is really liking it that much is confusing me.
I'm with you on it. Like everything you're saying, I'm 100% agree with. This has been in heavy on the rotation. It is a vibe from top to bottom. I really enjoy the project.
And it's high energy. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
it
we
is. It's
can
good.
complain that it lacks variety. Like, it all sounds like one track, but it's banging. That half an hour of this thing is banging top to
I
bottom.
think it gets a bit varied towards the end. I think there's some variety there.
Really?
Honestly, I've been saying,
the
"Mutt that." I've been singing that non-stop. Every time I have to watch when I'm at the table and then with the kids, I'm like, "Yeah, I want to mutt that hoe." I need to I have to keep telling myself
Going to Russell on
every
us.
single time.
I just think it's been a while since we've seen a new rap group. I say in quotes rap group because these are all rappers within their own rights as opposed to a new thing altogether that's come out with this quality of work. Like, it's really, really hype. Like, you can't listen to this and not be hype.
Well, yeah, I've
it's
listened a couple
nostalgia.
times and
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh,
Kieran.
sorry. It's a certain nostalgia that's like I don't even know what era it's referencing or what part of my growing up, but I know it. It kind of reminds me of like I don't know 3-6 Mafia a little bit.
In some places, yeah. It has that weird kind of. I don't know what 3-6 Mafia's music counts as.
Is
but
it
has
crunk?
that-
Is that what it's called?
It's kind of crunk, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I'm not thinking of the right word.
I don't know.
Memphis.
labels,
It's
man,
Memphis, crunk. Yeah, you're
Memphis,
right. Early
that's
trap
it.
music. Yeah. Horrorcore as well.
Yes.
But yeah,
I
no,
think,
genuinely, I this is up there for project of the year for me, just because it sounds fresh, it sounds new, and all the hooks slap. There's not a weak track on this in my eyes.
The 3 rappers that lead it are amazing as well. Like Tia Kareen she's such
I've been
a good
saying
rapper.
about
Yeah,
Tia
she's
Kareen for a long
amazing.
time, for a long time, but no one really took me in. Obviously, Denzel, we've liked Denzel for a while, but his last project went really under the radar for us, and I don't know why. Like, I really don't know why.
Might have just been the way it was
Yeah.
marketed.
I don't know why either because I went back to it. The album's unbelievably
It's got good songs
Like,
on it,
It's
yeah.
really good. Yeah.
ASAP Ferg doesn't really show up as much as I thought he would, if that makes sense. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? He's not on
Be a
every
bit more,
track.
yeah. To be honest, I think this album could be stronger if they focus more on that trio. Like, I do like the whole project, but I feel like that trio's got something special together.
But I'm not really understanding who the Scythe is, right?
No, for
Is
real,
it
I don't.
is it
Yeah,
Denzel
I
Curry,
don't-
Tia Karain, and ASAP Ferg? Or is it everybody I'm seeing on here like BK the Ruler and this Rugrat
It
guy?
must be.
I think I'm going to double check while we're talking. I think it's BK the Ruler as well. I think there's
Yeah,
only four
I
of
think
them.
BK the Ruler, when I was researching it, I think she's in there.
There's a lot of people in this, and I'm not mad at the fact there's a lot of people in this. This might be the most feature-dense thing to come out so far this year, but it's perfect.
Oh, and Key Niata is apparently part
Fuck
of the
is
group
that?
as
They're
well.
not on this.
They're not even on this.
I don't
they're
even
on
know
one
who
track.
that
They're
is.
on one track. They're on one track.
Mutt that.
Two
Oh,
tracks.
my
What does that
shit.
mean? What does mutt that bit mean?
I don't
Does
know,
someone
but
wanna-
it's just
wanna
catchy
read
as
it?
hell,
I'm in
though,
the
man.
I'll mud
Oh,
that
mutt
bit.
there. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
no.
so catchy.
That
honestly.
beat is hard as well. That
Like-
beat with the whistling.
Oh, it's crazy. I just keep saying,
I make
keep saying it every time.
bands. Are you crazy? Listen, I don't need to know what half of this stuff means. I just love this project.
No, I love it as well. I'm just bopping my head every single time. That hook is catchy, man.
Yeah, everything about this is doing it what it needs to do. I can't fault. Every time I listen to it all the way through. I would not be surprised
likewise.
if this doesn't show up on my Spotify rap this year, because I play it once and then I play it twice because it's so quick.
It's only like 29 minutes as well, isn't
Yeah.
it? So it's not a chore to get to for
all
sure.
killer,
For me,
no
I've
filler, though.
I've listened to it like in the gym and in the car, and it's certainly that's the right setting. I feel for this. Yeah, it's a cool project, and I do think that you said something, Sam. I don't know who's been saying, or where have you seen people saying it's samey?
People are saying it's samey.
okay.
It's like TikTok videos of people going,
okay.
sounds like one
It's because they
track.
can't hear
there's
through
no
the genre,
difference.
though.
It's not an
I
album.
get,
certain genre.
I get the first half is similar, but then I think from Hoopty you start to get a
Hoopty's
fair bit more
hard.
variety.
I
Like,
like
is
that
it the
one a
track
lot.
after is quite a poppy one as well, and
That You Ain't Got a Lie song, that should be everywhere, but it's just not.
Hmm.
It's like, you ever pull out the
And
bands
Up as well,
and
that one
switch
with Rich
a
the
couple
Kid.
hands, then stick.
That one's
It's-
nice.
They got vibes in here. Up feels good, but Up is my least favorite track, actually.
Swear.
Really? I don't. I like it. I like Up.
yeah, it's a
I
fun
don't know.
album.
It just
Fun album.
it feels like old ASAP without ASAP on it. You know, Ferg's there, but it's not the same. I feel like ASAP Rocky should have been on that.
I hear that.
Cool. Any final thoughts on that one, or
Oh shit, he's already cut us off. He said enough. No, joking. No, I think it's a really good project. I think everyone should listen to it. It's quick, it's high energy, and if you don't like it, well, then that's up to you. But yeah,
any honourable mentions this month? Any other projects people are liking?
I can't mention Spiral Staircases again, can I?
No, that was last month.
Oh, was it last month?
Even though
Every month it's going to be Spiral Staircases.
Okay.
I personally
that's
like
still in my
Elucide's
rotation.
album. I listened to it. It was good.
Which one?
But
Sorry.
it's not Elucid, but it's not an easy listen.
I didn't know that came
all.
out.
So, Kieran, the track you sent me, the Doom.
It's a good one. That
Yeah.
verse is nice.
That
What was the
one's-
track again?
Um,
He's rapping in MF Doom's flow, and it's so nice. I was gassed.
I
Who's
still
this?
need to get to it. Elucid. So you know Arm and Hammer, the group the duo that Billy Woods is part of. We might have.
Okay.
Did we? Yeah, I think we spoke about it on our albums last year. This is the other guy, Elucid. I don't think it'd be your cup of tea though, Neil. I've got to be honest.
This track though, Alive Herbals. I feel like just check this one out. No, actually, no, not for
I
Neil.
don't know where you're going with
Actually,
that.
not for Neil. Don't do it to yourself.
Yeah, I still need to get to that one. But if it's anything like that track specifically, then it sounds like a treat. Didn't Bruiser drop this month as well?
Yeah, the
Bruiser
wannabe,
drops.
the wannabe
Wannabe
like
like
us. Oh, that song is fire. I'm sorry, that
Wannabe
song
like
is
us.
so good.
You know what, I'll be honest. I've not been listening to that one too much because I'm trying not to get into another Bruiser Wolf kind of, you know what I mean, kind of moment.
What? Because he comes up with the most wildest things ever, man. Honestly, It's just actually crazy. I was listening to it again today, and I was like, "Man, this guy is just so unhinged."
But it's another
I
short
think he
listen.
went a bit
so-
too much on this one, though.
he was a bit
went-
more. He was a bit more controlled, but I like the opener track. You're a hater, not a up. You know what I mean? It's just it's different.
He's got such good openers, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, you know what? An op means I'm beefing with you. If you just beef with me, you're a hater, not an up. I'm like, I like it. Oh, girl, could I have this? Sorry, I just go through the songs in my head. I think I need 1,000 grand. Oh, girl. Oh shit! No, listen to Bruiser Wolf. Always listen to Bruiser Wolf, man.
I think Neil would like Bruiser Wolf, you know.
He pretends
It's
like
that-
he doesn't, but he would
it's
love
quite
it.
commercial.
That's the thing.
Well, I don't
It's so
pretend.
funny.
Neil, you like to laugh more than all the rest of us. You like to laugh.
Of course. Yeah.
Bruiser Wolf is fucking hilarious.
Bruiser
Oh,
Wolf,
he's
yeah?
so funny. He's so funny.
Oh, have you
I'll
not
check
checked
him
him yet, Neil?
No. Have I?
Yeah, you did. You said,
I
why
don't
does he
think
sound
so.
like that?
I thought we shared Tubi with you.
Yeah,
Remember
we
that?
did. He listened. He didn't
Tubi.
like it.
Yeah. Well, share something
Oh,
better
that
next
was a
time.
nice
Nah,
song.
it's not about better. It's either you like it or you don't. Like it's just stand-up comedy, but with rap
Oh,
behind
it
it.
is.
That's a good analogy, actually.
Well, he's
Okay.
like a pimp persona. That's the part that I just.
That's exactly what he is.
I
It's
love
the
it.
outlandish things he comes out with. It just has me cracking up.
Yeah, listen to Bruiser Wolf, listen to the Scythe. Samara Sin, another person I've been pushing, same time as Tia.
Yeah,
Curry.
she's good.
Yes,
I
that's
like
a good
her.
shout.
She had
Yeah,
a great
I like
project
her.
come
Very
out.
good.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it's an album or not. It's about 5-6 tracks, something like that.
Nowadays, that's a long album.
Whoa, I mean,
Oh my days.
I really enjoyed that project top to bottom. I've been looking at Samara Sin for a hot minute, and it was nice to hear this project from her. Oh, sorry, 7 tracks.
It's 19 minutes as
Too
well.
long,
That's not
too
an
long,
album,
man.
is
Too
it?
Well, I don't know, but you listen to it and it feels like a thing. It's not just nonsense stuck together. She dropped an album last year, definitely like a proper album. The Drive Home. Was that last year? Shit.
I just see Central C's released a mixtape.
What?
Central C released a mixtape.
That was rubbish. That was so
yeah?
rubbish. I listened to it.
Okay.
Oh my god! First of all, why does he sound like Unknown T throughout the whole thing? That was my feeling.
really?
He's ripping off Unknown T. He did so much stuff that sound like Unknown T that I question: is this Unknown T? I'm like, no, it's not. It's not Unknown T. It's Central C. Then J Hus pops up out of nowhere.
Oh, really? Is
it's
it a good
rubbish.
song? Oh, okay.
Slaughter.
Okay.
No,
cool.
he is on there. J Hus is on there. He's one of the 2 feet 2.
That's such a J Hus title, isn't it?
Slaughter. He doesn't even do anything major on there, in my eyes.
Wow.
So yeah,
And
to
how
say-
many?
how many songs is it?
No. Well, yeah. How many songs?
7, and I'll be honest with you, 2 of them are all right, and then the rest
In the
Just-
bin.
just typical Central C rubbish. Like it's not. None of these are sticking for me. Not even the J Hus track is sticking for me.
Oh wow.
But listen to this. I did realize why people like J Hus. Why people like Central C. He just says things that people like. Most people can relate to. That mean nothing. You know what I mean?
I hear it.
Then he just laces in parts about drug dealing that he.
Yeah, he's hit and miss for me. Oh, okay.
Oh man, we are not doing this, man.
I don't know about the street politics. I also saw Mike Will made it. Mike Will
Oh
made
yeah,
it.
that album was all right.
Oh yeah.
That album was all right.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, some
Yes.
of us are on a music podcast and we listen to all the music. You know what I'm saying? Hang on
I
a
still
sec.
haven't
Don't
sat through
do
the whole
that.
thing.
Don't
I
do
listened to listen to J Cole's one and a few others actually, and they sounded good, but I've not sat with the whole.
It's a
project
weird project. It doesn't really flow or go anywhere, but the J. Cole track is probably some of the better tracks on there. There's a track with a guy called Sa Baby, if you know who he is. He's had a few moments over the years. And Tizo Touchdown surprised me. He came in with a different energy on that. So if you heard the J. Cole track, you've heard the best of it, but yeah, the rest of it's a bit of a mess.
How many albums did Boldy James release this month?
One?
No, really. Just one. Okay.
Just one. He dropped.
Light month.
Let me see. Let me get it up. He dropped
I
one
just want to say
project.
that teaser touchdown song is actually really good. It took me back to like peak R&B days back in 2000s.
Has
Yeah,
he still got all
he dropped
the?
Hook, Line, Sinker this month. That's it. Just one project.
Has
Yeah, it's
Tizo
just
still
one.
got all the like the shards and the stuff in his hair? And,
Possibly. He's
all
always
that?
looked like that. though,
He's
right?
trying to be too
I know-
different. That's the problem.
Yeah, he's forcing it.
Must be an engineer's nightmare, man. All that jingling about.
But yeah, so sorry, Boldy dropped one project, Hook, Line, Sinker. It's great. Okay, what can we say? Like, it's always great with
Oh
Boldy.
yeah, I forgot to listen to that. Yes,
Exactly.
That's what I mean. I forget every single time. It's that, yeah.
Every project's under
Damn.
half an hour, so you listen to it and you go, "Oh, that was good." Then you just forget about it.
Yeah, precisely, man.
Like, maybe we're gonna get to a point with Boldy where we don't listen anymore, or we don't remember that we've listened. It's just, I don't know,
Become
man.
second nature, yeah.
That one with Ransom though is a serious project. I think. Like,
Oh yeah, that is
yeah.
a serious
they're going
project.
back and
It's up
forth
there.
nicely.
The
100%.
Ransom one stuck. Late to My Own Funeral had that one song that just grabbed me. Manhunt last month, that should have stuck, but I played it once and then that was it.
You're all
Do
bolded
you know what
out.
I mean? Like, the other Nicholas Craven project stuck as well.
Of course, all of those ones do.
I don't know, man. I'm starting to get a bit annoyed with Boldy. He needs to. Like, I get it. You've got the projects there, yeah, but at least like every other month or just he just
Yeah, it's too much.
way
Way
too
too
Or
much.
like give us like a feature heavy one. Like he's clearly connected with a lot of people. Just I don't know, man.
just getting
He's
on my
like it's like
nerves.
he's always just doing like he's cool with just like a decent piece of work. He's not ever trying to like shock us.
You would
Right,
think
yeah.
that he's trying to get out of a deal or some shit. Like he has to release.
No,
No,
but he's not in a deal. That's the part that's really
that's-
weird.
Yeah.
He's not part of any deal. He's just
I think something's not mentally right. But like I get his perspective is like he's flexing, but it's like it's flexing a flex if you're doing it monthly.
no. No, it's not.
Another thing to check out that I haven't seen it yet, but I'm interested because he's making a comeback. Is Fetty Wap?
No way.
I don't think
Wow,
I need
he's
that.
actually making a comeback.
I don't think
He made an album.
Come back.
Cause he came out of prison a couple months ago.
He's so hench though, like ridiculously hench.
Yeah. So he's and he's got some big names on here as well. Like in terms of like his feature list, he dropped it 27th, a couple of days ago, or yesterday, day before.
Yesterday would be the 29th, Neil.
So day before then, or 2 days, 2 days ago. Sorry. He's got features like Wiz Khalifa, Tink, what was it, Max B. So he's got some interesting people in there. So I was thinking, okay, we'll check it out.
What does
Apparently-
a Fetty Wap hit sound like now, though? You know,
Who knows? That's why I got to check it out.
is he
How
still
relevant
singing
is it?
like that? Like the opera style he likes to sing like.
I'm not sure. I heard a snippet of one single, and it sounded very like very like Andre 3000. Like it didn't sound like he was. It's like he was singing more. Like it's kind of it's hard to explain. It's like an old school, kind of like a not so. I don't have to describe it. I've got to find it for you and send it to you. But it's different to his usual songs. So I think he's trying to like appeal to the masses. It's more mainstream, I would say.
Well, he's got to. He is a mainstream rapper. Like he was never underground. He literally went from nowhere to the top, and then when he disappeared, I didn't realize he went to prison. I just thought he just didn't have another banger, but he had like 4 songs.
Yeah, like a good. Yeah.
What were Fetty Wap songs? Come My Way or My Way.
Trap Queen.
1738.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah, that's
don't know
it.
that
That's all I got.
Yeah.
But he was serious. He was causing problems for people.
So
All his
yeah,
songs
like,
had no features. He's just coming through yelling and later. "Hey!" Sorry.
But yeah, there's a lot of music dropping actually this month.
I feel
been
like we
seeing,
need
you
to
know,
just get used to it. That's just the scene we're in now. Every music's dropping all the fucking time.
Definitely. We're post pandemic. We're in that hell place of overwhelm again. I've been seeing apparently like this year might be a 2000s rappers comeback year because obviously we got this Ye album and it's like calling back to that era. We got this new Ti single. I think it dropped in January. It's actually quite good as well. And that Ludacris verse on the Tizo touchdown track.
Yeah, so I
That
don't know
verse
how
is
I feel
hard.
about that. I don't know how I
No,
feel about
really,
that.
I was shocked. You know, he was bringing levels.
I just every time I hear Ludacris rap, I'm like, all right, old man, you know.
Oh
Like,
no,
no,
Really?
why
Get
are we
back,
doing
get back
that,
to
man?
Fast and
Even when he's
Furious.
been
Yeah?
lyrical.
Whoa.
No, we need to not do that, man.
Have you guys
Wow.
listened to it? Or was it just me
No,
and
I
Sam?
haven't. No.
No, I think
His
I
verse
haven't
is
listened to it
hard.
yet. What song is it? You so the Tizo.
It's the Michael
which one?
Made It track featuring
Oh
Tizo
yeah,
Touchdown
Touchdown
and
Ludacris.
You shared it in the group,
Ludacris
didn't you?
verse
And you
is
were I need to
hard.
check that out. I'll check that out.
Like
afterwards,
that's my
100%.
feature of the year possibly this year.
Oh my god,
Damn.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm
I don't
shocked
know
that
about
Sam's
that.
response. Shams, you're like, do you know what it is? Like, if you look at him as a whole picture, it's like, is this the guy that's rapping? Like, he's in the Fast and Furious
I
films
just
as
think
well.
every time I think of
Nah, I don't
Ludacris,
do
he
that.
is trapped having that big afro, driving cars down the street. That's it. Whenever I hear him do anything else, I'm like, stop doing that. It's embarrassing.
Oh, no.
Oh man, we are no. I'm not
What
having
is
this
going
ludicrous
on?
disrespect,
He's such a
man. That's
good
just
rapper, though.
crazy.
He is.
He's a
He
great
is. He is.
rapper.
He is.
He's one of the best, I would say.
That's a stretch. That's a big stretch.
I think he's one of the best.
He's not.
honestly.
He's one of
He's
the
not.
best Southern rappers. Let's
I think he's
if-
one of
The
the
second you
Like-
got to add that identifier on it, he's not one of the best.
No, in terms- okay, like
he's,
when I
he's,
say
he's goated. He's up there. He's got hits. He ain't
Okay.
the best.
yeah, well, for me, I say he's one of the best and one of my favorite rappers, just because I think he's very unique. I think he has his own style and he does it amazingly well. Like for me, he's in the same category as Busta Rhymes, Missy Elliott kind of vibe.
Oh,
Like,
100%.
He's very unique and he's very entertaining. In so
I like
many
his
ways.
music videos as well. Back in
Exactly.
Oh,
the
his,
day, he had some
his
great
music
videos.
videos were the best, man. Loved his
Exactly,
music
like
videos.
he can give you the bars, he can give you the hits, he can give you entertainment with the visuals. He can do the whole thing, and I think he does it really well. He can do. He's amazing. He can do the R&B,
And he actually has
conscious stuff.
transcended songs. There's some songs like
Yeah.
Move Bitch, Act a Fool, like I know like
Yeah,
Fast and
100%.
Furious helped, but What's Your Fantasy? Like these really have gone
Yeah,
far.
he has some really good songs. Like his catalog is I think
Stand
anyone
Up.
going against
Oh,
him in
my
a versus, it wouldn't be an easy one, in my opinion.
But
wouldn't
his
be
his
easy.
music is off the time. Like it's definitely it hasn't got like that sound that do you know Missy Elliott's music? You could play it now and it could sound like it was made
It's
now.
timeless. He is very timeless. Yeah, you're
Ludacris
right.
is a bit more like off that time.
I get what you mean. Yeah, I heard that.
It's not a bad thing though.
Yeah.
So why were we talking about Ludacris? Because of the Michael Bay?
The
It's got-
Michael
I
made
was just
it,
saying
yeah.
we've got some 2000s thing going on with the like Kanye coming back.
people
with
coming
that
back.
As well.
Yeah,
I feel like there's going to be a few of these.
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of discussed all the projects that'll come out, but as for singles, there's so many this month. There's way too many. Unknown T
Oh, yeah, you
dropped.
didn't do your singles.
I'm doing it now. Thank you.
Oh, shit. Usually announce it.
Yeah, Unknown T dropped. That was nice. Then he had a remix with J and Me on it. I think I'm not too sure. I saw a video, then I saw an alternate video, but it's called BBK Unknown T. It's like the first song on the playlist. Heady one, not feeling it, but it's there anyways. Digger, as in Digger D.
Digger D.
Yeah,
Is he in
he's
prison?
back. He's changed his name to Digger though, which I'm trying to understand. I don't know
I
what's
thought
going
he was
on
in
there.
prison though.
No, he's
No,
out.
he's
He's out. They keep letting him
Oh.
out. I don't know why.
Oh no, that is crazy.
Bro, that guy dropped two, three good songs this month. I don't know. He's got something to prove, and I don't know what it is, but he's doing a lot. Bruiser Wolf, obviously, we spoke about Bruiser Wolf. Listen to that. Mike and Earl, they've been doing a little bit here and there. I think they're gearing up towards a project, which is, I don't know what that's going to sound like, if I'm honest. It could be good, could be bad. The little EP they dropped this month, that was good, but I don't know if it's going to do what it needs to do. SD Kid, one of the fan favorites, he's back with a song with Yeet. So hopefully that's making it over the pond. We're getting a bit of Scouser overseas, which is what we kind of want to see. 50 Cent and Leon Thomas tried to drop a song. It didn't do what I thought it would do.
Yeah, but that was a diss track though, wasn't it? It was a reply to T.I.
I didn't even know that. I don't think the fan base
that's what it was.
knows that. Yeah.
No, that's what it was. It's because T.I. dropped a diss and then that was 50 Cent's response with the Leon Thomas track. Yeah.
Oh, and it's for Power as well. Like
for
he patterns
the new
things
Power
really
series.
well.
Yeah.
How is that still going, guys? Because someone explained to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Ghost died, right?
Yeah,
Yes, so
co-starred.
what he's doing, he's just doing like the master of all spin-offs. So he's spinning off in different directions. He does
Did Tommy
Tommy's
die?
no, Tommy's, well, I don't know, but he did a story of Tommy. Like, so Tommy's sequel has a own
Yeah.
para series. Then his son, what's his name, Tariq, he has his own series as
True,
well.
yeah.
And then Kanan, raising Kanan. So he has like different kind of spin-offs of the show, like a prequel, sequel, and then all kind of different kind of spin-offs of the show. So that's what he's just doing essentially. He's just kind of making the characters and getting the most out of it for each different
Right.
character. So
Yeah, I don't know about this beef. I'm really avoiding it, if I'm honest. It's not in my.
Is it a real beef, Ti and 50 Cent, or is it
Every
just a
beef for
troll?
50 is real.
Apparently,
it's
it is.
not though, is it? Is it really?
Apparently, it is.
I think it's real in the sense that I feel like he crossed the line, but I don't think it's real in terms of like physical type thing. I think it's just more like real in that in terms of music and business. It's real, but yeah, because obviously bringing family involves like mothers and wives and all that kind of stuff, and then the kids are getting involved and they're rapping and sending shots back, and so yeah. But 50's a troll, isn't it? He always, if he feels like he's been crossed or poked, then he will definitely just troll the fuck out of you and just take it there. So yeah, and as well, like who expects a rap beef from 50?
Everybody, surely.
No one. Rap
He's
beef
beefing
from
people all the time.
No, but rapping though.
I don't know.
When's the last
He's
time
not
like, do you know what I mean? Like,
rapping,
yeah, it's not really rapping
Yeah.
like that. So like, I wouldn't think. I expect him to like send like memes and stuff or AI videos and do that kind of shit. Or interviews, yeah. But like, I wouldn't expect to engage with him back and forth on lyrics. I don't. Yeah.
Fair enough. So yeah, that's there. Dave dropped a track on James Blake's album. I haven't actually listened to James Blake's album. I feel like Kieran definitely did.
I listened to a few, but I've been a bit tapped out with him.
Fair enough. Okay.
No reason given.
So-
I'm just like, yeah, it's not hitting.
Cool. Boldy James is all over the place. There's Boldy James loose singles all over the place to kind of go in conjunction with his project. I like Georgiana. I think maybe Neil might know who Georgiana is, but yeah, Georgiana is like some white girl from the South who raps quite terribly, but it's interesting. It's fun.
She's terrible.
See, Neil's in there in the background. She's terrible. But it's fun. It's fun.
Do you know what it is? She gets a pocket at times and then she just loses it again.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just the most.
exactly.
It's the weirdest thing ever.
I've been listening to her for a hot minute before she started blowing up, and I know it's just one of those things where people look at me like, "Why do you like this?" I was like, "Because it's bad. It's not good at all. I wouldn't even try to tell you it's good. It's bad, but it's entertaining."
It's frustrating.
Yeah, George, one of our favorite rappers. I could claim I know him personally, but let's not stretch it. George has dropped a great track called "By Any Means" with a guy called J. Clue. When the second his verse started, that was my first wheel up of the year. I think is the first track I heard. I was like, "Hang on a sec, this guy's moving crazy." So yeah, definitely check that one out. God, Antslav is back. I don't care about Antslav anymore. Jill Scott dropped an album. Absol's on there. Tierra Wax on there. So give that some time. God, what else? There's so much that's come out this month that I just can't even really be bothered to go through single by single. Listen to the fucking playlist because there's a lot on there, and it's only 4 hours this month. 3 hours 58. Look at that. Right? That's good. Just play it on the way to work, couple days, and you'll be up to speed with everything that's come out. And I'm sorry guys, but there's a Kanye album kind of taking over the playlist because Kieran couldn't resist.
I couldn't, man. I did it for the people.
Yeah. And considering what else is coming out, apparently Blue in Exile, if you know who that is, he's dropping something, or they are dropping something. Mike and Earl, Surf Gang, that's coming out. Wesley Joseph, that's a very Sean thing, because I don't think anyone here listens to Wesley Joseph, do they?
You know that Mike and Earl one's a weird one though. It's like a speaker box Love Below. The way they've I don't understand what they're doing, but it's basically two solo albums joined
I heard
together.
one track that sounded like very trappy, and I was like, this is not Earl at all, but I like it. Yeah, but it's an interesting month, interesting year, dare I even say. And I think realistically,
Agreed.
sorry, who? What?
No, I said agreed.
Oh, I thought you said rude. I thought you said rude. I say, what the fuck? What's that?
No.
Yeah, I was like,
No.
I was looking at this year like, oh, maybe it'll be a bit quiet this year, but completely wrong. I think next month will be a quiet one. I just have that feeling.
When do you think Iceman's dropping?
That's never coming out.
That's not coming out, man.
Are you sure? I don't know. I think he might drop it in the summer, you know.
It's just not coming out. Let's be real. The Iceman ain't coming out.
Interesting, because I'm trying to think, like, when would you drop? Because when would it be beneficial to him, you know?
Anytime. Everybody always thinks,
Yeah.
oh, he's got to drop in October because he's October's very own, but I just really don't think it's even happening like that anymore for him.
Yeah, because Wireless this year ain't Drake's year. It's going to be Kanye's, because Kanye is apparently doing all
All 3
Wireless.
days,
He's
yeah.
booked all 3, yeah.
That's annoying though, because I don't want to go, but I do want to go. I'm already seeing Tyler twice. I can't go and do 3 days of Kanye. My kneecaps can only take
You
so
can,
much.
though. You know
No,
you can.
it's too close together. It's too close together. July, then straight the end of August. I need at least 2 months for my kneecaps to recover. If I get some free tickets, I might go, but I doubt I can swindle free tickets for that one.
Is anyone checking for Snoop Dogg's new album?
No.
I did not even know
You
was
know what?
coming
I'm
out with
not.
the album.
I'm not. However,
No.
if the right singles on it, it'll draw me in. For example, I'll give you an example, like Drop It Like It's Hot. I'm not expecting something like that, but if it was like a Pharrell feature or like a collab or like a clip, something like that, I'd be like, oh, okay, what's going on over here? Do you know what I mean? Or if he had someone like, I don't know, Stove God or Baby Keem or Tyler.
That would actually, yeah, he
that
I think
would
Snoop has a weird voice. He could link up with people like that and make a weird track.
Yeah. So I feel like it depends on who he works with. Like it might intrigue, like it might draw me in.
I watched the music video for the single and it wasn't boding too well though, I'm not gonna lie. Like
What's he
he
doing?
was having a fight with Godzilla in the video. It was
Okay.
Snoop's not a
My
real person.
taste.
Snoop's not a
What
real
is he,
person.
dude?
He's just.
You should actually watch the video. It's
No,
quite
I don't want to
funny.
watch that.
Godzilla. Do you know?
Trust me, it's funny.
I'm thinking of It reminds when you said that, it reminds me of like I don't know, Power Rangers. I don't know why, like they're like fighting in like the fake like
you're
set
right.
of the city. That's what I just think of when you said Godzilla.
Yeah, well, I'll be honest. I ain't checking for Snoop. No, there's no way, Jose. But anyway, let's get the fuck out of here. We've done a long episode. Let's not do La Russell stuff ever again. Let's put La Russell on the list.
Nah,
of people.
let's not do that. That was funny, man.
That was so odd. I felt so
that
weird.
was funny.
Yeah,
That was funny.
That was so funny.
That was odd. That set a weird tone because like we were halfway started but not started. You know,
Yeah.
The people I've listened all the way to here. Shout out you because I would have given up in the first 10 minutes. Like, what the fuck is going on? What are these guys talking about? You know. Anyways,
No, I thought it was funny, but that was good.
shout out to you. Anyways, yeah, thanks for listening. We're trying to do our best this year, but you know, fuck you if you think we're not. That's it.
Wow. Okay.
Hey, this is Sean, and thanks for listening to another episode of The Grey Area. Are you an upcoming artist, critic, journalist, or content creator? Hit us up on our Discord or in our YouTube comments if you want to share new music, take part in an interview, or are interested in collaborating. Links to these can be found in the show notes. Take care.